Wow, what a picture. What a picture. What's up, everybody? This is the Tuesday show.
Picture, of course, shot by Stephanie Lindgren. You can see her information at the bottom of the page there. So
go back to it?
Go back to it?
It's such a cool picture.
Dude, I was saying before you got here, it's amazing
it's so cool.
how, like, the hair is not blurry at all.
No.
Like,
it's incredible.
And it's like in the backdrop of the screen and everything like that. It's so good.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
Good.
Anyway, we'll talk about this.
Okay.
So, I'm Ultra David. What's up, everybody? Sorry I'm super late. I typically do physical therapy before the Tuesday show. Mm-hmm. And usually that's fine. But this time we traveled for so long yesterday. It was from 8 in the morning Eastern time until I got home at midnight Pacific time.
Yeah, it was almost a 24-hour ordeal to get home.
Long.
Yeah.
So that sucked. And, whatever. My body's not the best, so there was, a lot of work to be done in physical therapy. So it was late. It wasn't even the traffic. The traffic was fine. It was just that I actually got out
need to go visit your physical therapist or something, because do you feel a lot better right now? Yeah,
I mean, it's not like an instant kind of gratification situation. It's more like, here's some new exercises to do to stop this from happening in the future. But yeah, anyway, it was cool.
And I am James Chen. How's everybody going?
Here's what we're doing today. We're talking about the CEO 2019. The recap, we'll talk about various things having to do with it. We're going to talk about the EVO numbers update because there's a new tweet and so forth about it. We'll talk about Capcom Cup and StreetFighter League number 2. We'll talk about what you guys wanted to hear us talk about on 5-5 matchup, which will be revealed soon. And
will be revealed today.
And if you haven't voted, but you are a Twitch or Patreon subscriber, check your email and you can vote on the topics. Now, there's one that's definitely in the lead, probably not going to be overcome. But if you want to, you can vote. And
even before we get to it? Wow,
I don't know,
I'm already trying to gather my thoughts on
all right,
no,
fine.
I'm kidding. No, we can change it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Check it out.
Now, find a new rival.
Which one is that? That's the follow. Right, all right. Sweet, thanks for the follow. Anyway, let's talk about CEO 2019. Mm-hmm. It was in Daytona, Florida, over the weekend. We were there.
It's always one of the biggest events of the year. One of the trifectas of the big tournaments, but that, of course, being EVO, Combo Breaker, and CEO.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, dramatic reveal. That's right. But it was a fun tournament, and, it's run by Jabali, and, it's as again, they always have a lot of the games, but what Jabali has been doing recently has been really kind of pushing that love of wrestling that he used to have. Obviously he did the ring, he gave people intros because he wanted to promote that kind of
That's been happening for years.
Right, exactly. And so he's really taken it to the next level. Last year, of course, New Japan Pro Wrestling was part of it. We had a show there, but then Kenny Omega left that and he's joined All Elite Wrestling. So he has this big extra thing over there with the... He has the whole thing with the wrestling, and so this time the wrestling show was on Saturday. It was this big production with all Elite Wrestling is trying to rival WWE, even stealing away wrestlers. So it's big news. It's on pay-per-view. So this one was actually broadcast on the official pay-per-view and stuff.
Yeah.
So really cool that what Jabali's doing with the event.
I totally agree with you. Yeah, it's great that it has such its own personality. That's part of why. When we all talk about the best tournaments of the year, we all talk about the ones that have the most personality. It's not. There's other reasons too, the biggest and so forth. But part of why they're the biggest is that they have this. That they're unique,
Right.
So CEO, Combo Breaker, and EVO, right? That's the short list. And CEO is definitely, similar to the others in the sense that it's a well-run tournament. You can play casuals a lot of time. There's a great arcade there. There's all these things that are great they're not unique. But you do have the unique feeling of the wrestling shindig going on. You have the unique feeling of the arena,
Yes.
I mean, there's stuff that doesn't exist elsewhere, and so it really is cool that it feels like its own thing. I like that a lot. What up?
Where's your pose?
Oh, yeah, this is the James show. That's what you do.
So what do you do?
I keep talking as if nothing happened. That's my shtick.
That's not a shtick.
I think it's a shtick. Yeah, I love that. I love that it's definitely its unique thing. And it's unique still, it had its own unique things previously when it was at the old place. It had a pool party. Like, it's always had some unique aspect to it. And that's very important, I think, to making it as big as it is.
Yeah, exactly. So, obviously, also a lot of great fighting games. So, I mean, do you want to talk about the wrestling show or anything?
Yeah,
like
totally.
That
Okay, so we went. We don't know anything about it. We're at 0 out of 100 in terms of knowledge. Essentially, we're at maybe a 5. I don't know. Basically nothing. But it was fun, and luckily we were hanging out again with somebody who knows more than we do about the situation. So last year we were hanging out with Ski Sonic, and Ski Sonic knows a ton about this. So he was very informative, and that really helped make it.
Yeah.
Without knowing kind of what's going on,
story,
yeah,
exactly.
Without that, it would have been much worse. So we were sitting with Will from WB, and Gutex was nearby, and Tyrant, and they know a little bit too. So there was just kind of information going around. They didn't know everything about it, but they knew a lot, and much more than we did for sure. So it was cool to sit with them and listen to sort of a little bit about the storyline, a little bit about the wrestlers, a little bit about even some things about wrestling. It has rules.
Yeah, I didn't even know
Who
that
knew?
if you touch the rope during a submission, you get out of the submission.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a rule.
Like, what a funny conceit that, like, a joke show has rules. Like, I don't know. I just think that's amusing.
Did you just call it a joke show?
Yeah. Is that too harsh? I don't know.
Dang, man.
It's a masquerade. I don't know what to call it, but
It's entertainment.
it's very entertaining.
It's entertainment.
It's very entertaining. But anyway, yeah. So I didn't know any of these
Like
things.
I said, I called it like versus competitive Cirque du Soleil is what I call it.
This
right?
is a good way to put it.
It's a versus circus, so it's a vercus or a
You can find something in there.
Circus.
There's something in there.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a good combination in there.
Yeah, exactly.
It was fun. I mean, the wrestlers. So okay, let's talk about Jabali, right? Jabali was just cool. I'm just happy for him. Like that was my primary feeling throughout the whole show of him wrestling was like, he must be really enjoying it. I'm glad for him. But
He needs to work on the selling, dude. He definitely needs to work on the selling.
it was great. No, I was very happy for him. He was clearly enjoying it. It was pretty funny to watch. It was cool.
I mean, some of the I still love one of the early matches where they had the librarian. And so, like, she was the bad guy. She was the heel because she liked to read. She was like, you shouldn't play because you should read books. And David's like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
no, I was like, yeah, of course.
Go book lady, you know?
Go book lady.
Yeah, But unfortunately, she lost.
She's supposed to be the bad person.
Yeah, she got Fahrenheit 451, you know.
Oh, man.
She got toasted.
The firefighters came.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. And then there was the other women's match where it was the three,
That was
the
really
free-for-all,
cool. That was a good
where
one.
they had the two Japanese girls, like tiny Japanese girls, and the really, large, like grappler.
Native beast.
The native beast.
What a
yeah.
name.
But that match was super cool.
Yeah.
I really
cool.
I really enjoyed the Kenny Omega, the 3v3,
That was great.
the Luchadors versus the
That was super good.
Yeah.
It's just so, like, acrobatic. Thanks for the cheer. Woo! So acrobatic. So, they all do such a good job at, like, mugging, and you sort of get their emotion. Even though we're in the cheap seats, we were in basically the nosebleeds, right? So we can't really see anybody's face that well. But just the way that they're, like, acting, it's very stagey.
Yeah, but it was cool because in case you guys didn't see it, the oh God, what's their team called? Shoot, I forgot. Kenny, Matt, and the other Jackson brother, the Jackson brothers and Kenny. They dressed up
The
as
Elite?
Ryu, Ken. Yeah, the Elite.
Yes.
I think it was. They basically.
I knew it.
They dressed up as Akuma, Ryu, and Ken.
Yeah.
And even at one point, they all did Hadoukens and stuff like that.
Yeah, when Kenny came on, he did...
Suts.
Yeah, he did the demon to whoever.
I
some
want
fake
sausages.
Kenny.
Yeah, exactly. And then did the Raging Demon on them, and even killed somebody who later on disappeared. He laid down on that stage for quite some time.
He did.
I don't know if they grabbed it.
Oh, dang! Thanks for the sub, Tom Sawyer.
Oh, that's a different one. That's the other one.
You gotta come up with a new gimmick. Okay, nice. That's a good one. That's a good gimmick. That was a lot of fun. And
What's your gimmick?
I'm
That
doing it
one.
right now.
No, it's a different. You have to do a different gimmick. Talking like you're ignoring it was the same. Was the other one?
Okay.
You just told me I needed a new gimmick. You need a new gimmick.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll think of it on the fly next time. I'm good at that kind of thing. Let's see what happens. We'll see what happens.
I'll lower the volume on those because they are a little loud.
They are a little loud.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's all good. So, that happened. The 3v3 was great. We all enjoyed it. It was a blast.
The last match we probably could have did without.
Out.
Yeah, it was the hardcore match where they were dumping each other on thumbtacks and stuff like that. I was just like, I don't. If I was a wrestler, I just would never agree to that.
Well, clearly, and I mean, from all accounts, it's what they want to do.
Yeah.
But why?
Dude, Yipes' reactions were that he apparently was like the most popular thing on the pay-per-view. I
saw that, yeah.
Yeah, Bleacher Report was using gifs of him and stuff like that. That was it's so cool. Great, dude.
Yeah.
No, that was Samwell Buttons was against was the Jabali match and the Nakazawa match, but
we all thought that was Legos at the time. I want to point out, but it turns out they were Buttons.
Yeah. No, but during the actual match at the end, there was like barbed wire and like
why?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean like. But, so why, if you're the wrestler, okay, but then also why if you're somebody watching? What is that, why?
I guess some people like it, or they just like the whole, kind of thing, I guess. I don't know.
I don't even like that in movies, let alone if it's actually happening to somebody.
I don't even like it in MK11.
I don't like it in MK11 either.
Oh, man. Okay, well.
I definitely. Next time, I'm going to, ask Alex, I'll be like, should I just dip for the final one?
Right.
Because I told him I didn't like it,
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, you were there. I told him I didn't like it.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah. But no, the wrestling show was kind of cool, and shout-outs to All Elite Wrestling for... I saw a lot of people talking about how the Jabali-Nakazawa match made them not want to, pay for it and stuff, and they were all mad at how bad, with the celebrity wrestling matches, and I was like... Nakazawa's a celebrity,
I
Clearly, it's not Jabali. Okay.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Clearly.
As I've often expressed, I would love to be able to turn off X-rays or whatever they're called nowadays. But you know how that went. You know how that went. So yeah, I could have done without the last one, but other than that, it was a lot of fun. And in any case, it was really cool to hang out with people we were sitting with, and we finished probably a whole handle of tequila. I think I actually did.
Okay. Well, I mean, other interesting things about Jabali, the CEO, I almost called it Jabali tournament. That's what it is, right? I mean, it literally is. But, I had Jabali fried chicken again, like I did last year. It was okay. It was
JFC.
Okay. JFC. And I tried the Chipotle.
First of all, the name Chipotle... Somebody came up with that, and they're a genius, and it wasn't Alex for sure. And I'm just curious, who came up with it. I just want to know, who I should give props to, because it's a good name.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, the meat was okay. The thing that made it was just the cheese and guacamole and the salsa, and it's that's the part you can't get wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You put that in there and it just tastes good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those things are like pizza. It's just there's a floor to how bad they can be.
Right, exactly. So it was all right. It was definitely for convention food again, to be able to get something like that instead of just getting hot dogs and pretzels and nachos all day. Right? It was actually kind of nice to have stuff like that. So. And again, Jabali Land was really cool.
The arcade.
Yeah, and that's basically where he has the 24-hour arcade, but there's also the secondary stream there with the big cage in there. Not only that, too, but last year, the previous year, that was also where all the DDR tournament stuff happened. But the DDR tournament was actually just given their own room now. So they were just in their own little meeting room space over there, so in their own little ballroom. So it was just organized really well. I thought it was really cool. I really do hate the fact that you have to walk for 5 minutes to get to Jabali Land. But,
it's in the same building, but very far. You have to wrap all the way around.
Yeah.
But whatever. It was really cool to be in the arcade room.
If there was drama concerning the DDR games, I have no idea what it was.
I never heard anything about it.
Yeah.
I never went in there. I didn't know anybody who went in there.
Right.
It was a separate event.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I mean, nothing against it. Just, it seemed...
Yeah, the 24-hour venue was awesome, of course.
Yeah.
I only got to play ST on Sunday night. I didn't get to have my money match with Jeff the Hero. I didn't get to embarrass him because he called me out before the tournament.
He was going to donate to James Chen?
Yeah, because he was...
why doesn't he just donate to your stream directly?
I know,
he's going to give you money.
I mean, seriously, but we didn't actually get a chance to play against.
I played StreetFighter 4, and so I was playing. I lost with Dan to some guy, and then I beat him with Dalsum a bunch, and beat somebody else with Dalsum. And then somebody sat down and he beat me with a Buki, and it was like the final round and stuff. But I just hated it. I just hated it. Honestly, the other characters were fine, but
as soon as you had to fight Vortex,
and I had to ask, how do you do delayed wake up? I didn't remember even,
Hold 3 punches, you mean?
It's 2.
2 punches, whatever, yeah.
Punches. I didn't know, and you had to hold down plus 2 punches or down plus 2 kicks.
Was it down? I don't think
you had. Well, I don't know. That's what the person told me. Okay. I have no idea. Honestly.
Okay.
But wow.
Yeah, it's just holding the punches. He probably said hold down 2 punches, and then you thought.
No, he was he did the motion.
Oh really? Oh okay.
Anyway.
Oh. Okay.
You can hit down or hit 2 buttons. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, look, anytime Slasher wants to play me in Tetris, dude, I'm totally down. Apparently last week he called me out and was like, he did this at the E3 dinner. He was like, oh, by the way, I will destroy you in Tetris. And I was like, no.
He wants to give you money, huh? Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Basically.
Yeah. That was cool. It was a fun room out there.
I got to play a bunch of ST. I lost exactly 1 match the entire time.
Scrub.
Exactly. I was using Cammy, and I went on such a long streak. I was like, I'll just start chilling and kind of playing badly so I'll lose so I can switch to another character. And I did, and I switched to Zangief, and I never lost again.
Wow.
So that was it.
Ha, you lost playing your classic old game. Yeah. What a scrub. Not me, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, for example, if you had played Third Strike, you would have destroyed everybody, right?
No, I feel so bad.
You would have killed everybody on your classic favorite game.
It was actually so bad that I'm going to call up Alex and be like, train me. I don't remember how to play this game.
Dude, let's just go to Oryx's place. He plays Third Strike all the time.
That would be great.
Let's do that.
That would be great.
Yeah, okay. The tournament.
The tournament, yeah.
You know,
by the way, don't go outside.
Yeah. Oh, in Daytona. We'll get to that in a little bit.
All right,
we'll talk about that a little bit more. Cool. But yeah, we'll try not to delay too much on the placings or whatever. Just talk about, obviously,
here's what happened.
The specific results and
in
stuff
Street Fighter. Obviously, this is the major / premiere, so whatever, the saga, so forth, right? It's whatever it is. Right. Actually, no, it's not saga. Now I think about it, it's Tenkaichi. But whatever. Smash Bros. Ultimate is the final one of the day, and it was super loud in that arena, I want to point out, for Smash. It was super loud.
Yeah.
It was packed. It was really cool. MKLeo won it with Joker.
Okay. And he apparently just dominated, right?
I think he lost a game. I think he lost precisely a game.
Yeah, because I've been reading
in top 8.
I've been reading that some people in Smash are considering that Joker might be too strong and that he might actually need to be toned down. So some people are saying like he's kind of like the next Bayonetta or something.
I have read that too, and then on the actual commentary, because it was piped into the house, I heard Zero saying something like, yeah, people said the same thing
Zero
about...
was doing commentary, huh?
Zero and HBox were commentating.
Oh, sick!
It was cool. I thought they did all right.
True story, too.
Now, find a new rival.
What? What happened? Just talk normal.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, true story, too. One time I saw Hungrybox, and he said, I may just want to do commentary for Smash Ultimate, and you are my inspiration for commentary. Damn. And I was like... And then I told him he was my inspiration for Jigglypuff. Because he's the only one, but
So what Zero said was that, everybody's complaining about Joker, but everybody complained about Lucina when he played Lucina, and everybody complained about whatever the other character was.
Whoever MK Leo
that was the thrust of his, of what he was saying.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it, but that's what he seemed to say.
That's fair,
Second place was Mars, PG Mars, with Seriously Samus, and he tried Falcon and won a game. It was pretty cool. Ally, to Buzz, and so forth. It was fun. I watched the first half of the top 8, and then I watched the grand finals later.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
I thought it was very fun. What do you got? What's up?
No, I'm just wondering what's more.
I was scrolling, man.
Okay.
Jeez. Anything else to say about Smash?
Nope.
Okay, cool. So Street Fighter V was won by Red Bull's Bone-chan.
Bone-chan. Let's do it.
With
Bone-chan.
Karen.
Yes.
And this website wants me to point out Sagat.
Yeah,
but
he did play a little bit of Sagat getting there and
Karen.
earlier, so yeah. But he definitely did win at the very end against Fujimura after the reset with Karen. And super happy for Bon-chan. It's been a while since he's won a major like this. And, I mean, at this point, though, do you feel like that this is starting to promote the idea that Karen truly is the best character in the game?
No. I don't.
No. Okay.
No, I definitely think that it's Rashid and Akuma.
Okay.
But I mean, he won with Nash a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I know. He really
big tournaments
did.
with Nash.
He really did.
Whatever. Bonchan is just ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I'm not concerned about it. Fujimura got second with the Buki.
He's been playing super well. And actually, this is
Yes.
the best he's done in the States for a while. On
That's
commentary,
true, too.
I mentioned that he hasn't been doing... Every time, remember, we kept saying he was winning the Japanese
Sure.
tournaments? I was like, that's because there's no Americans there. But, you know, he shut me down on that one. So.
Machibo got third. Shoutouts to him. Made the transition from Gear to Street Fighter.
He's clearly one of the best. right
Amazing.
now,
That's
dude.
so cool.
Yeah.
Then Fudo. Then Dual Kevin in fifth. Shoutouts to the guy.
Only Americans.
The
7
only Ameri-
Japanese
The
players.
only not Japanese player as
Yeah,
well.
was Dual Kevin. And shout outs to him because that was cool. His intro, by the way. Oh. God, I mean, like, when the intro started, I was like, oh, and he, like, started pointing and people started coming out of the tunnel. I was like, oh, he's going to get all the Americans to come out to roof. And Nemo was the first person I saw. And I was like, wait, what? How does this make sense?
Yeah.
What is Nemo
You had to, like,
doing
pattern
there?
find, like, search for the pattern.
Like, I was like, I was that lady with the little, you know, the equations, and I was like,
Yeah, we couldn't really hear it, was the thing. So we didn't know that they were playing the Marvel music until we were like, oh, it's all Marvel players. Okay.
And then all the Marvel came out, and then someone in the crowd had a When's Marvel sign and passed it to them, and they were carrying around. I thought that was super sick.
Very cool. Fifth place was Hitbox Daigo, and then Ryusei and Tokido also 7 places. They're pretty good players, I guess. They've done some stuff in the past. MK11 was won by the old man Sonic Fox.
Yeah, that's right.
Old man Sonic Fox, still doing it on one leg.
After Combo Breaker,
Barely
everyone
awake.
was saying he was washed up because he only got like second place.
That's right.
What a
Noob.
scrub. You know,
Days are over. Washed up.
Exactly.
Somehow
By the way,
managed to...
Speaking of the Street Fighter results, did you see what was posted on the internet about Fudo and his second place finishes?
No.
So basically, someone pointed out it was what's I can't remember who posted it right now, but they posted up that in fact Tokido actually has more second place finishes than Fudo does, even though Fudo has a reputation. So that means even when it comes to getting second place, he's in second place. Which was the greatest.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, it was GTO Akira. That's who it was. Yeah.
Okay.
So even when it comes to getting second place, he's second place.
That's a good one. That's hilarious. Dang. Fudo.
Man. Poor guy. Anyways, yes. So Sonic Fox
Maybe he'll
won.
be able to make his own name someday instead of being in Tokido's shadow. We'll see. Yeah, Sonic Fox won it with Cassie and a little bit of Jackie in top 8.
Yeah. I mean, he got knocked to losers by second place Dragon, right?
Yeah, he got blown up 3-0 by Dragon in Winner's Side top 8, and then he made the complete comeback all the way through everybody. Through Ninja Killa and Foxy and so forth, and he basically ripped everybody after that.
What do you think about the character variety right now in this game? Because, I mean, it feels like the tiers are really starting to kind of formulate in MK11.
I think that's true, yeah. It seems like Jackie's probably like really super good, and Cassie as well. I feel like personally those are probably there's 2 of the top 3, maybe the third is Sonya.
Right, yeah.
Maybe it's, there's a couple of characters in mind. But
it's representative, right? It's the new generation of characters, right? Jackie and Cassie.
I guess even Sonya kind of is.
Oh.
If you think about it.
Based on the story mode, you mean? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, there's no Aaron in here. There was a Geras, but it got stomped.
What about Scorpion?
There was no Scorpion.
Dang. But shoutouts to Foxy for the Kung Lao. I'm happy for that. I need to go back and watch it because the only matches I saw were the ones where he got popped. So
yeah, Dragon blew him up.
Yeah. So, but I mean, what do you think? Do you think Cetrion's too strong, or do you think that's Dragon?
Oh, definitely Dragon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, she's not too strong for sure. She's definitely a good character, but not too strong. Shoutouts to Ninja Killa in his second major, his first major, his second tournament ever.
Yeah, but I mean, this is his first local, right? I mean, actually being there. He's never the first tournament he played in. Wasn't that an online tournament?
No,
then?
it was offline.
Oh,
he's played it online.
Okay.
Yeah, he won the first time he ever played offline in a tournament, which was Earthrealm Dojo.
That's right.
And then he got fourth here out of like 600 people. So he's pretty good at this game. He's 17, or maybe he just turned 18, something like that. There's like 3 of these people are in high school who made top 8.
Well, I mean, because
2 of them are in college.
Because clearly MK's gore factor is what appeals to the younger kids.
You know the
right?
kids. You know how the kids are.
They like that.
Ninth
stuff.
place was Daddy, and he had a big pop off.
Yes.
He had a big old pop-off.
Yeah, check this out. There's the pop.
Dang! Look at that hair. It's so cool. What a
Dude,
shot.
You know what the best thing about that picture is? When they compared it to the Street Fighter V homage of Akuma staring at Ryu from the Alpha cover, which is the dude, it's perfect.
That is actually perfect.
It would only have been better if in the middle some chick's face was in between them.
Yeah.
That would have been the only way it would have been better.
Yeah, it's very Nikali-like. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. So, Scar had lost to him in an online event and tweeted something like, oh, online Sub-Zero's in a first to two, right? Like, just kind of not directly being a
and
dick.
the cat are not the same. Anyways.
But, casting a little shade in doing so.
Yeah, of course.
And then Buffalo, or Daddy, he likes to be called now, Buffalo beat him pretty badly in this tournament, so he popped off. I mean, he's a 16-year-old guy. Look, he's a kid. Yeah, he's 16. That's right.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, he's a big kid for sure. He's like large.
Dude, I wouldn't mess with him in high school, dude. I think he's probably he's bullying everybody.
I bet he's one of those like mega nerds who can't be bullied.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
exactly.
I didn't know any of those in person, but they're all over like the TV, right? Like there's some nerd who just like won't be bullied.
Like that one kid who body slammed.
Yeah.
Hang on a second, I've spilled water.
He sure did. But yeah, anyway, that was cool. I had a blast doing that. It's such a good time for the scene because, like I said, I think actually 3 of these players are in high school still. Or maybe 2, but then you have 2 or 3 in college. Silver Eye is a single dad, 30 years old. He was in top 8. Kevo is 25, and Foxy Grandpa's 27. So there's like a great age range for the game.
Foxy Grandpa and Silver Eye are like the old men, aren't they?
Yeah. And Kevo's, although he's 25, he's been winning tournaments since MK9. So there's like this really good variety. I'm really happy with how the scene's going right now. Then you had...
Sorry. Oh, God. Nathan, stop.
Is he making all sorts of noise?
I don't know.
Probably, right?
Yeah. Let me know if the cat is making a lot of noise on the mic over there.
Anything else to say about
no.
Mortal?
Go ahead.
Tekken 7 was won by Nee, Steve, Geese, and Brian. Chanel was won by Elisa, Julia, and Eliza. Then JDCR. Did you watch?
I did not get a chance to see any of it. No.
I was watching a little bit. It was cool. It seemed fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping to just go back and sit down and watch them all at some point in time. So,
Dragon Ball was won by Goichi.
Yeah, he's still there.
I guess he's still there. Fenrich got second. Then DeKill Sage, third place.
So I ran into Goichi on day 1, and he walked up to me and was like, "Oh, hello," and I looked at him and was like, "Are you Goichi, the Mortal Kombat player?" And he just laughed. So, but I heard he didn't make it out of polls, but I heard he also DQ'd himself. So,
oh, okay. I heard that.
I heard he just didn't even show, because someone who was in his pool said he just didn't show up.
Got it.
And he just DQ'd himself. Because I really want to see how far he can get.
If he was going to play that game as his full-time game, for sure he would be amazing at it. But I don't know how likely that is.
Right, exactly. Did Goichi say "get over here"? Did he really do that? That's funny. I have not seen that.
DeKill Sage third and Sonic Fox fourth place.
Okay.
Cool. I heard that was cool.
Did you see Sonic Fox give his first place medal to that little kid?
I did. God. That was cute.
Because he got third place last year, and he told the kid that he would give him a first place medal next year, and then he did. Oh,
what a mensch. That guy is so cool. Melee was won by Hungry Box. Wizrobe got second place, so he again gets to grand finals. He's killing it.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Good stuff to him.
BB Tag was won by Tempest Romeo with Wald Yu and Batista Mercava. Interesting. DOA 6 was won by Excalibur Blades.
No, Kitty, you're turning up the volume.
Under Night was won by Red Blade over Goichi.
Which one? Under Night. Oh, nice. Okay, good stuff.
Gear was won by Lost Soul, then Hotashi, then Mystic, then Kazunoko. Wow, is it hard now?
Look, Lost Soul is getting super good, and I'm super happy for Hotashi.
There were 3 people ahead.
Yeah. So it's getting crazy, dude.
Sick, that's awesome.
Crazy. But I mean, also I think Kazunoko's spending more time playing Dragon Ball and stuff anyway. So.
Oh, is he? Well, how did that work out with his 7th place.
Oh, okay.
Took a little longer than I thought.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
Soul Calibur's won by Blue God as well.
yeah, no, Lost Soul obviously is super good. And shout outs to Justin Wong again for flying a bunch of people out there.
Ooh, boy.
Lost Soul is basically his perennial player.
Yeah.
He sends everywhere. Like, he's going to EVO under Justin again as well. But right now, like, I think he sent Waz from Australia.
Yeah.
He's from Australia,
From Australia.
dude. Princess Slim was part of his team. I don't remember who the last two were on his team, but the EVO team that he has, I'm really excited about, too.
That's very
So,
cool.
yeah,
Very, very
yeah.
cool. Fenrich won BBCF.
Yeah, just as an FYI, the people that he is sending to EVO this year, just because it's in my mind, are Lost Soul again. He's sending Mike to Strong, which
Cool.
I'm super excited about. And then 3 of the E-Fight Pass players. Zenith, I can't remember exactly where he's from. It might be from Brazil or something, but I think it's Anya, who's a Tekken player. She's from Mexico. And then the last one was El Tigre, the first one.
Oh,
that
that's
benefited
cool.
From the E5 Pass. So
Yeah.
those are the 5 that are going. So
Zenith
is Brazilian. Okay. Cool,
Okay.
Cool.
Samurai Showdown was won by longtime Sam Show player, perennial expert, and knowledge understander of all things in the video game, Justin Wong with Tam Tam.
So okay, second place went to Corey Bell.
Correct.
Right. So Corey, I've been playing with him. Him and Olaf have been playing forever. He was on our show because they basically cracked down on the game because they got a review copy. They played it for like 48 hours straight practically. But literally Justin said, I'm going to CEO. My number one goal is to learn how to play Samurai Showdown.
Yes.
Because he wanted to play offline because the online has been a
It's
little
a bug.
yeah, it's a little dodgy, right? So Corey hit him up and was like, I'll teach you. And so Justin wanted to learn Tam Tam because clearly strongest character and very footsie based.
It's very Justin, yeah.
Very pokey and very defensive. And Corey said, all right, Corey's a Tam Tam player as well. And he said within 3 games of the mirror match, he felt like Justin was better than he was already. And he was like, what the hell? And he taught him a bunch of stuff. And so literally Justin learned the game on Friday and then won on Sunday.
So, do you remember the thing that Corey told us about how he did the little spinity spin
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Tam Tam
yeah,
has? So Tam Tam has the little spin, right? With the little,
And he dashes forward at you.
as he moves forward. And Justin took it twice, and then the third time he saw it, said out loud, oh, I can probably just defend this. And then did just defend it the whole
Like
way.
all the
immediately.
hits. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Without, like, it wasn't like the third time he was like, oh, yeah, I can probably just defend it. And then he tried,
And failed,
he did it
yeah,
halfway. And then the 5th time he got it, no. He was just like, oh, yeah, okay.
And Corey was like, how'd you do that? He was like, I just mashed. I don't understand that guy, dude. I don't
He's a special
understand that
fella
guy.
out there.
Yeah, but I mean, in the Sam Show tournament, I got to commentate the top 8. So if you guys get a chance to check that out, let me know how that went. But it was Corey, Justin, and Aru. I mean, I think that was the appropriate top 3 right there because those were the ones. Okay, not Justin, but the other 2 were the ones who clearly have put time into the series and the game and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, didn't you talk with Mean Saltine who got 4th, and he was even like, yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing.
yeah, he hasn't played the game that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's still learning it as well.
That scene is like in trouble if Justin and Ricky really want to
Well,
play.
so dude, they're done, right?
Like-
But here's the cool thing about it is like it's one of those scenes where I just don't feel like they've ever had that pressure. So it's just
Yeah.
like you're the best in that scene, and it's like you're the best, but really, who are you fighting against,
sure.
right? And now if you guys get like Justin and Ricky playing, and then because Ricky saw it and was like, dude, I totally want to play this
Yeah.
because she saw Justin was inspired.
Yeah.
That's not like if you're a
They're
Sam
gonna
Show
be doing-
player, you're gonna be like, no. But like, thank you, Zero Striker, thank you. But the thing about it is, though, that hopefully that inspires those guys to do better. Because remember, he did that at KI. He came in and was winning KI tournaments in the first season, and all the KI players were like, no, screw this, and they upped their game to the point where they could finally start beating Justin. And
I don't see it.
this game is going to be a lot harder.
It's a little harder in
It's
this
going to be
game,
a little
I feel.
harder, yes, for sure. So.
Like, KI has... I don't want to denigrate Sam Show anymore, okay? But KI is very complicated.
Yeah.
And so if you know a ton, that's like a buffer zone that you can use to get past people who are just naturally ridiculous. Whereas I feel like Sam Show is a little bit more like to the point of like, are you really good at footsies?
Right, yeah. The game was made for Justin.
Yeah.
I mean, Justin has said, he's like, my whole goal is to win Sam Show at EVO. Right? And he's already on pace to do that.
Yeah.
It depends on what the Japanese players can do.
We'll see who else comes,
But even Gibby was like, he could totally do it.
Yeah.
Because the game is just, the pace of the game is meant for Justin.
It fits him,
it's
absolutely.
meant for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bane Hollow won Marvel Infinite with Chun-Li Winter Soldier. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ultimate Marvel 3 was won by Flux.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
With the Flux team. Street Fighter Cross Tekken 2013 was won by Spicy Steve with Vega and King. Dirty Llama second with Ken and Guile. You want me to continue?
That means nothing to me anymore these days.
Sailor Moon was won by Xiaohai. Missing Person got second.
Yeah, I know at Combo Breaker. Hey!
Well, I was going to do it because you didn't seem like you were doing it.
Oh, okay, but Corey, a.k.a. Missing Person, was really disappointed with the Sailor Moon finish at Combo Breaker, so he was really proud to get second place here. And don't forget, Xiaohai was literally taught Sailor Moon, just like Justin, at Canada Cup last year, and he won that tournament that weekend.
He is another one of those special players.
Yeah, so Xiaohai is in that
no doubt
place as well.
So there's the results for you.
Yeah.
There's the results.
Mm-hmm. But very cool tournament. Obviously, there was a ton of side games.
There were an absolute ton, and we're not going to go through them all.
Yeah, so, I think even like, where's some of the games? I mean, they had like the Puyo Puyo Tetris tournament. There's all the, dancing games.
Yeah, there were old games, Third Strike and Super Turbo and so forth.
Exactly. So
SF4. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, well, it was in a city called Daytona Beach.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that now, or do you want to talk about this later?
We'll talk about that later, I guess.
Because I have that slated in the 5-5 matchup.
Okay, so we're going to save that for that, but we'll definitely be discussing that part of it. I also wanted to bring up, and shout-outs to Event Hubs for this.
Boo.
No, they did a good thing. And they have been doing it, and I think it's cool.
That's impossible. It's not possible.
They've been looking at the percentage of, or the number of characters in the top X or whatever in various tournaments, and just kind of like keeping you abreast of like which characters seem like they're doing really well. I think that's cool. And so they did that for Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal, and Dragon Ball. That's like a cool. That's good. It is cool. It's good.
I mean, if it came from a reputable site, maybe, but
Well, it's true. I mean, they didn't get it wrong.
It's like...
What are you doing? So
You're forcing my hand here, okay?
I know.
You're forcing my hand.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
So in the top 128 for Street Fighter V, do you know which characters had the best showings? Take a guess.
I'm going to guess Rashid, because there was a lot of Rashids.
Okay.
And Karen?
No.
Okay. You want me to keep guessing?
I mean, I guess not. It was Rashid number 1 with 14 and Akuma with 12.
Akuma? Huh? Interesting. Okay.
Well, those are the two best characters.
Well, I don't see a lot of people having... It's not like Rashid, where I felt like everybody jumped on Rashid, right? Like, I feel like Akuma was literally, like... Tokido, Haitani, Takamura, and that's mostly it, right?
Yeah, this is top 128, so I mean, keep in mind this is not the top 16 or whatever. I mean, it's...
I just never felt like he had that quantity thing like a lot of the other characters had.
Well, I guess he does. I mean, here's the facts.
Okay. As
provided to us by, of course, eventhubs.com. Cammy was third with 8.
We're going to break. Shutting the mics down.
And then tied for the next one was Bison, Ibuki, and Karen with 7 each.
Right. Okay.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Some characters had 0, obviously. Vega, Ryu, Ed, Kage, Alex, Blanca, and Falk.
Sounds right. So wait, but Sako didn't... He got top 20, 128.
Maybe he didn't use Kage.
He did. I commentated a match
in
where
top 128. Oh no, my website didn't do well. What? I mean, all right, let's move on to the next one where they might be right about things. And in Tekken, the top 64, Law was first with 6 overall. Then Jin and Marduk were tied with 4. And then, like, everybody was represented,
Yeah,
practically
Tekken is...
speaking. Like, there were a couple that were not, but...
Yeah. Tekken is one of those games that just has the ability to... You're able to shine with your character. You know what I mean? It's just one of those games. And it's actually pretty well balanced as well.
Yeah, like seemingly 2/3 of the cast, I would estimate here, had 1 or 2 users. So, very cool.
Yeah.
Mortal, in top 64, Sonya was number 1 with 7. Garrus was second with 6. And then it was Jackie and Cassie who had 5. Then Jade with 4. But
Jade, okay.
What was interesting is that every single Mortal Kombat character got time on stream.
Oh, nice.
Everyone.
Oh, okay, cool. Even Shang Tsung was on.
No, he's not playable.
That's right. He wasn't in the tournament.
If he had been, he would definitely have been on,
That's
because
right.
a lot of people are using him.
Yeah.
A lot of people are playing that character, but he
You got to play against Waz.
wasn't legal
who was
yet.
using him at that
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I played against Waz in the airport for a while.
Yeah.
That was cool. Then Dragon Ball Fighters, the top 2 were Bardock and Goku with 12 each out of the top 100.
Which Goku?
It just says Goku.
Because I know Kid Goku is really
Kid
good.
Goku had 4.
Okay. But regular Goku is actually...
Oh, this is the top 32, excuse me. Dang, so in the top 32, 12 people were using Bardock and 12 Goku? That's not great.
Okay.
That is super not great. Although it looks like every single character had at least 1 user. So that's kind of cool on the other hand.
Nice. That's better than what Street Fighter V is doing. And interesting enough, Street Fighter V is a very balanced game, too, but we just didn't get to see some of those other characters.
Yeah, like we said, I mean, there are only a few characters that didn't get played, and they were not... They're like who you expect, more or less.
Exactly.
So almost all the characters got used.
Bardock and Goku are a good shell, so there's an overlap there.
Okay.
So father and son, right? Okay, anyways.
There you go. There's a little bit of info on that.
It's true, though. Street Fighter V is actually probably the most balanced Street Fighter game, maybe outside of Hyper Fighting. Maybe even including Hyper Fighting.
Yeah, maybe, to be honest.
Right, so it's actually really good.
It
Unless
is
people
good.
are joking about the balance of Dragon Ball or something. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, all right.
Cool. Well, there you go. Also at CEO was the Street Fighter League Mid-Season Championship. Did you watch that? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I was there in the room watching.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
Yeah, so I was there watching it live. So
Cool.
It was really cool seeing the guys, talk to them. I was heartbroken for Samurai, because obviously he had just been the MVP the whole entire time, and his team ended up getting 3rd place. But there was only 4 teams, so
Yeah.
one of them has Punk, the other has Knuckle Dew on it, so it's
Right. And it was just single a limb, so it wasn't, you couldn't
Mm-hmm.
suss it out any better than
They
that.
still had the bans and all that stuff like that, and they did choose to ban Akuma this time instead of banning Laura. So when Team Gale fought them in the first match, they actually banned Akuma. And so Mikey actually went with Ryu.
Oh, wow.
And he did win the first match, too.
Oh, wow.
And then he eventually lost to Knuckle Dew.
Yeah, he 2-0'd Rob TV's Karen. Jeez.
Yeah, so he was still being Samurai, but Knuckle Dew is just another level of,
He played with G. Knuckle Dew. Dang. Okay,
and it was
wow.
close, too. It was close.
Frost was defeated by Inferno 3-1. And Nephew was the only person who won,
Yeah, it was funny, too, because, I was talking to them and everything, and, Dual Kevin was just sitting there. He's like, man, I'm disappointed in myself. And I was like, dude, you've got so many years to go. And then, look, and then the
same
next
weekend,
day, next day he makes top 8 at EVO, dude. So, at CEO, dude. Really awesome.
Very
for
cool.
him. Yeah,
and then Inferno won the whole thing. That's cool.
I'm so happy for Broly.
JB, Punk, and Broly Legs win $10,000 each.
Yeah, I'm so happy for Broly, dude, because he definitely could use that money right now. He is having a lot of trouble right now because the van that they're driving around is messed up. They had to get a second table because the first one was damaged, etc., etc. So really happy for him to get this kind of money here.
Definitely.
Him, so.
And every team got paid. So the second place team, each player got $5,000.
Yes.
And then the tied for third place teams, each player got $2,000. So that's awesome.
I was talking to Mikey and Idom, and I was like, well, you guys got $2,000 each, and they're like, we don't care about the money. It's not about the money. We wanted to win. And I was like, okay, then you can give me the money. They're like, okay, it's a little bit about the
Okay,
money.
all right. Yeah. There you go. Well, that's it in terms of CEO results.
Yeah.
Anything else to talk about there?
No, I think that's about it. We will
Okay.
definitely talk a little bit more about the Daytona stuff later on once we get to the 5-5 matchups.
Sure.
Topics.
You know, Brawlhalla. So I have often made the joke of I know that people play Brawlhalla, and I know that there's a lot of money involved. And I've never seen anybody play Brawlhalla in person. Like even at DreamHack, like there was a Brawlhalla there, and there was nobody there.
Right.
At CEO, there were a ton of people playing Brawlhalla. They were like
The whole weekend.
the whole weekend. They all had their little keyboard and mouse situation going on. Like there was a hardcore group of Brawlhalla folks. That was cool. I was really happy to see it.
I was told that the game makes all of its money through skins.
Right.
And it makes a ton of money
Exactly,
through
it
skins.
does.
So that's how they have these tournaments with these big old prizes.
It does.
So that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How much do their skins cost?
I've never been in it.
Like, because, I mean, the nice thing about Brawlhalla, honestly, is it's a pixel game, right? So I gotta imagine the skins and stuff are a lot cheaper to produce, right? So I wonder if that's how they can make so many so quickly.
Anybody
or
know? I don't
something
know.
like that.
Never done it.
Yeah. No, it is absolutely a quote rip-off of Smash, but basically you have to see it now that Smash is just a genre-defining kind of game.
Exactly, yeah.
So there's a lot of platform fighters now is
Right.
what they're called,
Right.
right? So it's not just Smash, it's that. I mean, you know, the
Rivals of
Body
Ether.
Ball, you know, Rivals of Ether.
Yeah,
like
there's a
there's a
bunch of
lot of
stuff.
games that have that feel to it now.
I think
so.
that's great.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
as
uh-huh.
for you don't understand why you would play a Smash game that's not Smash, I think it's actually genius to play Brawlhalla and make a crap load of money, and the scene is probably not as strong as Smash because Smash is gigantic. I feel like that is actually
Their skins are
the
$7?
smart stuff.
That's a lot
Dang,
for a skin.
$7?
That is a lot for a skin.
Are they
I thought they
cool?
were like $3 or $2. I was about to say, like, maybe it's easy because they make a lot of money because it's like buying, you know, apps on the iPhone or something. But
Right.
they're $7 each. That's according to a 3-year-old Reddit post.
Okay, so now they're 14. Got it.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out. I think that's really cool that the scene actually was there. So that's great.
Yeah. Game is free to play.
Game is
That's
free to
true.
play. Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the big advantages as well. So.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Oh, you were definitely right about that, Shayon. I love MK11, but I really enjoyed commentating both Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat because I really love both games, and I thought it was really nice to be able to do both. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even supposed to commentate Samurai Showdown this week.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just the spot opened up.
Okay.
And I basically ended up getting in. I mean,
I'm
I just
glad you
made
did
it.
it.
I just made it sound like I kicked somebody off of commentary. And
Yeah.
No, that's not what it was. That's not what it was. So.
No, but it is really cool that you got to do it.
Yeah, someone basically got slated to do commentary that really didn't want to do commentary for it, and so they hit me up, and I did it. So that was actually
You got to know which games you shouldn't do commentary for.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
we've often talked
absolutely.
about that.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure.
Shout out to that person for knowing that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Do you want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a little break.
All right. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about some Evo numbers updates, some Cap Cup news, and all sorts of other juicy topics on the 5-5 matchup. Be right back, guys.
Woo! Whoop.
That is not a pleasant sound.
It feels really good to do a big sigh.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a big deep breath and stuff.
Especially after everything, after a 20-hour traveling
Yeah,
day,
that was
too,
too
dude.
much.
God. That
Wow,
shit was
it's
crazy.
you.
Oh, shout out to UIU TV. What are you talking about, Curly? Everyone was talking about you in the chat earlier, Curly. They were all like, whoa, we didn't know Curly was a TO. And she's like, how do you
What?
not know? Like, literally, that's what he's in here giving all the insider information about everything.
Yeah, if you ever want to know insider information, just send a Twitch DM to Curly W. And he's a talkative fella, so there you go. Chat him up.
I mean, maybe we'll talk about the whole trip, that happened, but it's not necessary, I don't think, so.
That's a funny one. Nah, Buffalo, I mean, like I said, he's a 16-year-old kid. He'll kill... I did stupid stuff at the time.
But shout out to Scar also, by the way.
100%, 100%.
Because, I mean, even what he was tweeting about it, he was like, I could have did something, but he was like, just wasn't worth it. It's more important to maintain the composure anyway. And I was just like, dang, that's super mature.
100%.
Except my tweet had a typo in it. Cause I was
Did
like,
it?
Yeah, I basically said that's what maturity is, but it said that's why maturity is.
Well, you can't win them all.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, you're right. He handled it very well.
Hey, Wizard wants you to slide into his DMs.
Oh. What's up, man? What can I do for you?
I don't know if he's serious or if he just wants you to come and hang out in his Evo jacuzzi.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's right.
I saw that tweet of his. He's got his little Evo-shaped jacuzzi now.
Yeah, I mean, Scar didn't need to talk about him on the internet, but I don't know. It's beef that happens. I thought it was alright. The pop-off just lasted too long. So it was fine. I was totally fine with it otherwise.
Right. Nobody came and stopped it quick enough, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it was escalating. It
No.
was just, I just felt like someone just needed to, like, okay, already, like, let's move on.
It was, I mean, 45 real-time seconds. Like, it was long. Mm-hmm. That's really long for a pop-off.
Right.
It just kept going.
I mean, that's an interesting question from High Fight. Like, how does this compare to the...
Thank you for the
Thank
sub.
you, 46 and 2. How does this compare to the K-Brad Wolfcrone kind of thing, right? So,
I mean, it's like the Babby version of it. Like, I don't know.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, he's a teenager. It's whatever. So, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, let's see what the viewer result is.
The viewer poll result for the 5-5 matchup. I need to actually get that on here too.
We have a wiener.
I mean, I'm always on the show, right?
I'm going to Vienna this weekend, and I'm going to make that joke constantly.
Oh my god.
Can you believe the signs just say wiener around this city? They're just signs talking about wieners all over the place.
Oh, right, because they're selling all the wieners all the time, right?
No. So Vienna in Austria the city's name is Wien, and it's Wien.
Oh.
So somebody who is from Vienna is a wiener.
Whoa.
That's where the word wiener comes from.
Oh.
It's somebody from Vienna.
That sucks for that city,
Dude, I had this friend in law school who was a study abroad guy from Vienna. And he had no idea until, I was making a joke about wieners. As you do. And he was like, he didn't get it, and then I had to explain to him that his city means dick. Imagine you go to, like, some foreign country, Next time we go to Japan, and somebody starts talking about dicks, and they're like, oh, this is Los Angeles, and you'd be like, what? Just, what's my city? What do you mean?
Oh, my God.
Anyway, yeah, dicks. All right, you want to come back?
Okay, yeah. All right, ready?
Yeah. Alrighty, welcome back to the show. We got a few things to talk about here.
Next thing we have is that Wizard every month always gives us the update on the standings.
Yeah, in terms of
Evo.
which games are standing where in entrance numbers at Evo.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have called it Evo numbers. I should have called it Evo standing, huh? It's false advertising here.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll leave it.
Evo entrance numbers? I don't know.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Okay.
So, let's talk about what the current registration scoreboard is. You want me to start from the top or the bottom?
Just
From the top. First is Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
yeah, no shock. I mean, even at CEO, it was dominating, right?
It had
was
twice as many.
Yeah, as the next highest one.
And then, second place, I suspect the real answer is also Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. And I suspect that the third is also Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Right.
But
yeah.
the way he's listed it is actually that second is Tekken 7.
Right. And third is
and
Street
third
Fighter.
is Street Fighter 5.
What's interesting is the last time he printed out the update, it was actually the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
Street Fighter was in second place. Tekken, I think the one before that, Tekken was in second place, and Street Fighter was in third, something like that.
Very cool.
I imagine they're both in the same place, but that's awesome to see, and I'm really happy for the Tekken scene. And honestly, I feel like the Tekken scene deserves it right now because they are getting all the views.
It's great.
Super hype, etc., etc. So
It's awesome. Then fourth was Samurai Showdown.
that's a surprise to me.
Fifth is Mortal Kombat 11. I have to admit that I'm quite surprised. Yeah.
The better game is higher.
Maybe.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I like both games.
Yeah,
like
I
both
know.
games.
It's all good. But no, I'm a little surprised because I just figured that MK's been doing so well in the other tournaments, Combo Breaker and CEO. So I just figured that it would be fourth.
I mean, the biggest problem with MK is it just doesn't have the international presence because you can't buy the game in Asia and then only in a few countries in Europe, right? It's always going to have that going against it, right? So the numbers I don't know if are quite indicative, like you can't just look at it from a raw perspective because half the planet can't even get the game even
Way
if
more
they
than
wanted
that,
to.
I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is a good point. But cool for Sam Show for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Then sixth is currently Under Night in Birth.
Let's go.
Dragon Ball Fighters is 7th. Soul Calibur 6 is 8th. And then 9th is Blaze Blue: Cross Tag Battle.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the biggest surprise to me is Sam Show being above Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I agree.
That's crazy to me. But I wonder if a lot of because especially after the game came out, because usually I can understand like the hype. So like last month, I think MK was higher than Sam Show.
It was, yeah.
And now that the game is out, to have it actually jump up there surprised me a lot. Because usually when the game comes out, people are like, "Oh, this is not as fun as I thought it would be. This is not my
Regardless
type of
of the
game."
game, that's happened for a lot of
Yeah, for every game. But I feel like Sam Show, it's going to hit a lot because I mean I understand it's a slow game and it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
This is such a different kind of fighting game, and to see it actually jump up is surprising to me. It's cool for me because a lot of people I talk to are really enjoying this game. A lot of the old school, like on Facebook, I'm friends with all like the old farts of the FGC, and you see a lot of those guys. The same guys who are like, I don't like Street Fighter 5, I don't like this, but they're like, dude, Sam Show's so much fun. I haven't played a game like this in a long time and stuff like that. So it seems like it's
That's great.
Yeah.
Too bad for BB Tag, but maybe not a big surprise that it's 9th.
Yeah, BB Tag, I mean, it's funny because I was talking to my friends about this at lunch today, and one of the reasons why BB Tag fell off is just the company support of it was just so stagnant for that big giant chunk of time. They're like, we have a fifth fate, we're going to have more characters, and then it was silence for months.
Months, yeah. So it's not just that the company's support has been lacking. I don't even know that that's the issue. I think it's more that they said, okay, there's new stuff coming out and we're gonna have a patch, and so some players were like, okay, well, I'll play some other stuff in the meantime and then I'll come back to Tag when the patch comes out. And then the patch just like took a long time, a lot longer than people thought to actually come to home consoles.
Yeah, I mean, I had stopped playing the game for so long that when Olaf came up to me, he was like, oh, cool, the patch drops today, and now we can play all these, like, the buffed 9 and, like, the new characters. And I was like, wait, it's not out yet? Like, I actually thought it was out already.
Yeah, it's too bad. Yeah. It's too bad. So I really feel that period of time, if they hadn't announced a patch, I don't know if it wouldn't be 9th, to be honest, but I think that it would be doing better. Right. If that just whole process of the patch is going to come out and then it took months and months and months. Yeah. If that hadn't happened, I don't know. But it's a very good game.
Some people in the chat are saying the same kind of thing happened to Soul Calibur. It kind of took a while before we got news about it. Right now, Street Fighter 5 might be suffering a little bit because Kage came out and then there's just nothing. I mean, one of the things I feel like you got to do with your fighting games these days is always, because fighting games in particular are such a developer-player relationship. Anything that's competitive, esports is that way, right? Yeah. So it makes such a difference to know that the company is still working on the game and they're tweaking it. Like, I think maybe one of the reasons why Sam Show people are excited and stuff like that is because they're like, oh, hey, 8 frames of lag. They're like, on it. And then 2 weeks, like, it's a day one patch. We flew the guy out to France to go to the guy who, it's
great.
It's really good.
It's great. I 100% agree with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really great. But I guess I don't know that not having something in the pipeline is the problem. I think it's like bad relation, like community management and relations. That's the issue. Like if, for example, with SF5, if they had just been upfront with what the plans are, people would feel much better about it.
Right.
Just let us. Okay, if nothing's coming out, just let us know that.
Right.
And then we'll
like
our
after
expectations.
Kage, then be like, okay, look, we're working on stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it's going to take half a year,
Right.
but enjoy the game for now. But half a year, we promise something's coming.
Yeah.
Then you'd be like, okay, cool.
Okay.
But again, I think that's more of a Japan versus U.S. mindset and stuff like that. I mean, yeah. Anyways,
I don't know.
I hope there's something at Evo. I mean, they said August, so
It's obviously at Evo,
yeah.
but yeah, we'll see.
But one last thing too is that Dragon Ball, surprise, it was number 1 last year, right? Number 1 or number 2.
It wasn't
or
a
something
surprise
like
at
that.
the time.
But I'm just saying that it's dropped all the way down to 7th. That it's dropped all the way down.
That's
you're
surprised that it's okay.
that it's dropped. But obviously, I feel like the field of it is tapered off. The one thing I did forget to say about CEO is while I was commentating, Kill Sage got 3rd place.
Right.
And that was very exciting to see him take out a bunch of like strong Japanese players.
You weren't commentating.
No, I wasn't commenting on Dragon Ball. I was commenting on the side, and Dragon Ball was in the stream next to us.
Okay.
And so the audience was over there. Yeah, sorry, I worded that really poorly. But they were getting hyped. They were loud. They were excited. They were cheering a lot, and things were going. I don't know if it was just because it was the Kill Sage, or if they were just excited for their game.
That's great.
Because the tour is back and everything like
Right.
that. And so, it was really cool to see the scene excited and hyped for the game. So,
That's awesome.
Hopefully they can keep it. And season 2 is still coming. More stuff is happening.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Yeah, for sure. I'm not surprised that it's dropped off substantially, but of course, I mean, like with all the games, I hope that the scene gets to continue playing the game that it likes. So that's awesome. All right, well, there's the current numbers, and then there was one other part of this. Oh yeah, are we going to save this for the 5-5?
Yeah. The Sunday concept.
Sunday.
Wizard actually put out a tweet, says, "What game would you like to go last on Sunday?" Was it last, or did he say second to last in his tweet? I forgot.
Final game.
Final game on Sunday. Okay, yeah. So he asked what you want as the final game on Sunday, and the 4. There's only 4 games that were being played
Exactly,
on Sunday.
but
so,
I guess we'll save that for just a little bit.
We'll talk about that during the 5-5.
All right. For now, you want to go to this SFL business?
You want to do the? By the way, for the 5-5, do you want to do the viewer question first, or?
Sure, if you want.
Okay.
Easy enough. What up?
Oh no, I'm just adding stuff to the topic list. So,
Okay, all right.
go
Well, let's
ahead.
talk about the Street Fighter League then.
Yeah.
It is having a Season 2 online qualifiers. It's not exactly clear to me what the messaging is as to whether there are 2 seasons of the Street Fighter League, or whether it's one season that has 2 halves.
Yeah, because they call it Season 1, Season 2, but the thing that we just did was the mid-season championships.
Exactly right. It's like not clear to me, but the way that this is phrased on Smash GG is Street Fighter League Pro US 2019 Season 2 online qualifiers. Now, it's going to be the same way as before, where there are nominations that you can join. You can just opt in for nominations,
Right.
or you can just opt yourself in. So the voting period is starting on July 19th. So you still have a couple of weeks to get your name into there to be eligible to be voted on. And, a lot of players you would expect are in there, of course. For example, just some of the ones that Smash GG shows here, like Alex Myers and Neon and Saban and Guilty and Chris T and Samurai and,
Right.
a lot of players.
And all the people who aren't returning, so the top 2 teams so it was Team Gale and Team Inferno that we mentioned earlier, they come back intact as
the
they
same
are.
team. So that is Punk, JB, Broly Legs, and Knuckle Dew,
Rob TV,
and Shine.
Would you like to see that change a little bit? Because, I mean, some people were saying that they felt like Punk and JB and Broly Legs was too strong of a team.
That's not even the issue. It's Punk plus anything. It does.
Right, exactly.
That's the issue.
Punk plus
Punk
Ultra
is just
David
OP.
and James Chen would be
Seriously,
yeah,
Punk plus Ultra David and James Chen would have won mid-season championships.
Yeah,
for sure. So no, the problem is just Punk is too good. But what are you gonna do about that? I mean, that's the
exactly.
issue.
I don't think it's a problem.
It's not a
personally,
problem.
So.
Yeah. I'm looking at their Smash GG, which you can find if you just search on Smash GG for Street Fighter League Pro US. So.
One of the cool things that they did announce, they also announced the Cap Cups information.
Oh, I should say that. So there are also qualifiers where you just qualify directly.
The online tournaments,
and those are taking place very soon, this weekend, and then the following weekend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. JB
Online
pulled his
tournaments.
way. I don't want to make it sound like we were saying JB didn't do anything. He obviously
Of
played
course,
very well.
yeah. But if JB had been any number of other players, it would have been the same result, right? Effectively, right? Like, what if JB had been Shine or Samurai or Idom or just whatever? Like, any number of players who aren't Punk is going to have that same result right there. So. But shout out to JB, though. He's very good, obviously.
But so they called this the mid-season championships. That was at CEO.
Yeah.
So they just announced that there's going to be a year-end championships as well for the Street Fighter League. And the cool part is they're going to get the winning team from Japan.
Yes.
To play against the winning team from US.
Yes.
And I think that's cool.
Oh, it's awesome, yeah. And it's apparently going to take place at the Capcom Cup, which is going to be, it turns out, December 13th through 15th in Los Angeles. Yes! Score!
Yeah, exactly.
Nailed it. Finally. There's some reason to be from Los Angeles in the fighting game community. Finally, we get some advantage.
Seriously.
Finally.
I mean, it's actually true.
Well, in tournaments, it actually kind of is.
Yeah, it actually is true.
Yeah. When it comes to tournaments, we actually are a little assed out compared to most of the... Well, that's not really... Compared to the East Coast, I guess you might say.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. We're doing fine.
Oh, wow. Japan has Street Fighter League qualification.
Now, find a new rival.
Boom!
Street Fighter League qualifiers in arcade all over the country right now. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's very cool that there is going to be U.S. versus Japan in that. I think that's pretty nifty. I'm looking forward to that. I ended up liking the Street Fighter League.
Dude.
You know, obviously the ban system should be redone, but maybe it's salvageable. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if they tweak it a little bit, I think it would work, right? But the one thing that I have noticed is everyone's clamoring for this nomination now.
Right.
Whereas the first time, obviously, there was time concerns, like they announced it at a weird time or whatever like that. But still, I don't think a lot of people probably took it even that seriously in the first place because they were like, what, this ban, whatever. But all of a sudden, this season, everyone's like, I'm in there.
They should be.
And you know, I think that speaks to how entertaining and how consistent Street Fighter League really was.
It was good.
You know, for me as a viewer, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I agree.
I really enjoyed it.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, and people really got to shine. They really got to show off their personalities and stuff.
Yes.
I just did tweet out today though, if you do make it on the show, please at least make sure you're genuine. Don't like try to all of a sudden be like weird TV guy, you know, like, oh, look at me trash talk when you're not good at. Look, Broly Legs has been a genius at trash talking his whole entire life, right?
Yeah.
Toy is definitely like that, just normally.
Yeah, that's
right?
Toy. Yeah.
But on the opposite side, seeing guys like Nephew and Up to Snuff and who was the last person on the team? Was it Psych? No, Dual Kevin. Like the three of them and how nice and like that kind of made that pure team like really cool. It was cool to see. So like just be yourself, be genuine. Obviously branding is important in this day and age, and it's something you have to think about. But brand yourself genuinely. Like don't go in there and all of a sudden try to do like pop-offs and it's like the most awkward pop-off ever and everyone clips it and you become a meme for the wrong reasons.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, find a new rival.
What a video game.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Los Angeles means Los Angeles and not Santa Ana, but you know, we'll find out. Come on, be at like the Pantages Theater and I can walk there. Right? Wouldn't that be so sick? You know what I'm talking about. Poogas81, thanks for the sub.
Thank you, Poogas.
That would be great. So there you go, there's some news. If you are interested in opting in, now's the time, because the window to do so is only for the next 2 weeks. And keep in mind that the actual online tournaments are this weekend and the following weekend.
Forgot to change
So
the
you will
highlight.
need to do that.
My bad, I forgot to change the highlight.
You got it. Wow. Oh, dang, another sub. Dang. Thank you for the Twitch.
Enjoyed Sensei as well as Poogas. Yes, thank you for all the subscriptions.
Much obliged.
Pew, 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 pew,
Pew, pew, pew. Anything else to say about this?
Nope, just exciting.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
I'm doing the win pose of Ryu and Ken from the classic Street Fighter games, they would always do that thing where they would do this, and for some reason their teeth were showing, right? They would always do
kind of distended looking. Yeah, it was a little weird.
So that's how they looked. So yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, ooh, that's your foot.
It sure is, dude.
I thought that was a cat. Well, do you want to move on to the 5-5 matchup?
Do you have to be from the U.S.? Let me check. I think so. It's called Street Fighter League US.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure.
Oh, like, can you be from Canada or something?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so, yeah. Okay.
All right.
5-5 matchup?
Okay.
So, again, one of the new things that we're doing is we want to find out what you guys want us to talk about on the 5-5 matchup. So what we've been doing now is we've been putting out a poll on our Twitter, basically not a poll, just asking for suggestions. Give us your topics. Give us your topics that you would like us to talk about. Something that's relevant to the current time, something that's relevant to all time, whatever you'd like to hear us talk about. And then we take all those, we narrow them down, we put them into a poll, and our our Twitch subscribers and our Patreon supporters get to vote on which one we talk about. So that's the way it works. Okay. Oh, okay.
That is indeed how it works. So here's what people have decided we're going to be talking about today.
Well, what were the topics that did not get picked?
Uh-oh.
What were the topics?
What are your predictions for the Street Fighter V news that Ono has said will come in August?
Okay, so that lost. Interesting.
Died.
Okay.
Is it fair to the whole FGC to have major tournaments that only run single games?
Done.
Sorry. Should team tournaments be restructured like sports entertainment with storylines?
Done.
Nope. Who will win EVO 2019 in Street Fighter V this year?
Okay. So none of those won.
You'll never know, because that didn't win.
Exactly. We will not ever give you our punk opinions on this stuff like that. But
here's what won. With EVO almost here, and every one of the major companies being there, what do you expect to be revealed from each? Here's what we're talking about today. What do you expect to be revealed from each? Well, first off, let me bring back the Joey Cuellar tweet about which games are in this thing, because I won't remember otherwise.
Well, I mean, it goes beyond that.
It does.
Right?
Okay, so let's just go down the line. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a Nintendo video game. What is Nintendo announcing at EVO?
I mean, I feel like they've got more characters to announce, right? It seems like a kind of a no-brainer that they would announce a character at EVO.
Did they announce a character at EVO ever? Have they ever done anything at EVO?
They announced the Nintendo Direct that was going to announce Smash stuff. There was announcement of an announcement at EVO, I think.
Okay, I'm going to go with that again. I'm going to go with them announcing a Direct.
Announcement? Yeah, that's actually kind of true.
Nintendo is too big for them to just announce a thing at EVO. They don't even do that at other companies' things. They announce, hey, everybody, all at the same time everywhere in the world, you can watch our Nintendo Direct. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm looking for. It's just a Nintendo. Yeah. There's going to be a Nintendo Direct next Tuesday.
They want to announce everything via Nintendo Direct because that's been working so well for them. Actually,
well, it makes sense.
Super successful.
So
arms, 2 legs.
That's
all right. Instant riot. I like that.
That's a good one. Nice workout there. Okay. All right. So, Tekken 7 is a Bandai Namco video game, as is Soul Calibur and Dragon Ball Fighters.
Right. So,
what is Bandai Namco gonna talk about?
I mean, look, Tekken
7.
Because I was thinking Negan. Tekken 7 already announced everybody in the season pass already, right? So, I don't know. Are they really... Well, okay, here's the thing. This last year, they announced... that the game was going to get updated. Wasn't that the year that, they showed, the wall bounces were coming into the game and all, and then they showed Negan, right, and for Season 2 and stuff. Maybe they're going to announce that, that they are working on a Season 3 and maybe maybe they'll just keep up the pattern. Because here's the problem for Bandai Namco right now, right? Last year, the previous year, not last year, but the previous year, they showed Geese, which set the arena on fire.
So
right?
great.
It was so
one of the
cool.
best
Arena on fire. Right? And last year, then they showed this Negan thing. Right? It wasn't the trailer that was at EVO Japan, but they announced that Negan was going to They showed some of the other characters. It was Lei and Anna.
Oh,
but then they hinted at the Walking Dead thing, remember? Because you heard the whistle and it was Walking Dead. And you were like, what is going on, right? Which obviously exploded the internet as well. Are they setting themselves up for failure at this point in time? Because can they keep up this hype? Or are they just going to be like, look, we can't do it this year. Look, we're just going to announce that this cool... Or is it going to be like a new crossover character? Are they obviously going to show like some crazy addition? Like,
here's what I think. Is that it's not going to be a Tekken announcement. It's going to be a Soul Calibur announcement.
You don't think they can do both?
I think that as a company that they would rather not do both.
Okay.
So my guess is that it's going to be new Soul Calibur DLC, and that Soul Calibur is going to... They're going to try to make it the focus.
Interesting.
That's my guess.
A lot of people feel like they've kind of already abandoned Soul Calibur, right? There's kind of
That's my guess. They did do both Tekken and Dragon Ball stuff last year, but I think that they're still going to do Dragon Ball stuff. So I feel like that's, while obviously they're the publisher, that's like a separate enough thing that like it's not...
I mean...
as much just theirs.
I'm down with a lot of people in the chat, man. I hope you're right, because I would love to see Soul Calibur still being supported.
I'm going to guess there's a Soul Calibur DLC coming out. They're going to announce it.
I mean, honestly, one of the smartest things that they could probably do and would benefit both games, in my opinion, is just put freaking Haomaru in the game, or put Galford in the game, or something like that, right? Because, like, if you put in a Sam Show crossover, I feel like it helps promote both games. I think that would be sick.
Sam Show.
Yeah. Guest character, like 2B, you know, like kind of like that. Yeah, like put in a guest character.
I thought you were saying like one of their other properties, and I was like,
no. Put in a guest character.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Put in as a guest character, like 2B is a guest character, right? Like let's add some more.
This is actually a great point from Sandra Kit. Mitsurugi is Haomaru.
Right, that's why I was suggesting other characters, because that's the problem right there, is
Yeah.
that Haomaru would kind of already have that slot taken.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if Galford was in there and he had a dog? Like, they
would be
actually
sick.
had the dog in
The dog comes down from the sky. That'd be really cool.
He would just come from nowhere.
A portal opens up.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does poof, right? So he'll appear in a cloud anyway, so... I think that would actually be really cool.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, because like I said, the interesting thing too is even at Wednesday Night Fights, Konmai is streaming both of the games. It's like the sword guys are like,
Interesting.
being friends. I think that would be really cool. Actually.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. And then a secret character is you could play Poppy without Galford.
Dang, solo Poppy.
That would be the sickest thing ever, actually. He like just jumps around. He can Izuna drop people, dude. He does, right? Dude, that would be super funny. Man. Yeah, even if it wasn't good, if it was just like a joke hidden character, I think that would be amazing. So, or if they just made him OP and ban him from like online and stuff like that. Yeah,
that would be very funny. Yeah.
Imagine. Yeah, the dog goes Galford, and Galford runs out.
Dude, yeah, they just changed it. Well. You could probably do some cool stuff in the custom character maker.
Oh god!
You could probably just make the dog into Galford anyway in that. Right?
Oh my god!
That would be super cool. Anyway, yeah, that's my guess in terms of Bandai.
Dude, I miss that, dude. Harmonic Tunes jokes in games as secrets. I miss that because fighting games used to do that a lot. Like Sam Show 2, everyone had this super complex input that would turn into a little chibi doll.
Really?
Yeah, every character just...
It's pretty cool.
And it's like, for no reason. Like, it was just in there, and I miss that kind of stuff. So.
I think Tobal 2 had like 90 characters.
Yeah, that's right. But none of them were the senator or the chicken where one of his special moves was the farmer comes and chops its head off and it sprays blood at you.
What? Was that a thing?
That was Eternal Champions. We talked about it on stream before, the Eternal Champions, yeah. Because they had the senator in there because that was when the violence in video games was a big deal.
I remember now. Yeah. Okay, so that's Bandai. Then you have Samurai Showdown. What's SNK going to do?
It's weird because they've announced all 4 characters that are in Season 1 already for Samurai Showdown, right? I don't know if the pass is still even available today. I don't know if it expired today or if it expires tomorrow. But if you haven't picked it up yet, check. And if it's still available and free, download it now even if you don't own the game. But KOF 15 would be sick.
Well, yeah, I assume it's going to be KOF 15. That's my guess. Is that they'll have at least some nod to it. Mm-hmm. Even if it's not gameplay itself, it's like, some hint at it or whatever. Right, yeah, that's what I think for sure. Mm-hmm. It would be great if there was a more proper announcement for like a tour or something for Sam Show that maybe KOF could fit into.
Right, they just kind of did like an SNK World Tour.
So I think there is actually an SNK World Tour, but it's not like doing that.
Right, yeah, okay.
But it would be cool if it was a little bit more organized and so forth. So
yeah, but I mean, if they announced that like a season 2 for Sam Show is coming, would also be very cool. But the game is so brand new that I don't even know if they could do that. So.
Yeah. Or maybe, so they've announced what the characters will be. This is maybe even more plausible. They've announced the characters that will be DLC for Sam Show.
But we can
they
see them. Yeah, we
can
can see them.
Yeah, that's
We've
probably
seen a little bit of Rimururu, but it would be really cool to see some... I want to see Wanfu, dude. Like, let's get that.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
That's my guess. Street Fighter 5. Skip that one. What's Capcom going to do? What?
Yes. Oh, you said you skipped that. I thought you were saying, let's skip that one because it's not, Is that what you meant?
No.
Oh, okay.
I accidentally skipped it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying skip
what
that
is
one.
Street Fighter 5 going to do?
I mean, look, Ono's already said that they're going to... I mean, obviously they did 2 characters last year, said they were playable the next day. I mean, I feel like... I joked to Sejam today, if they had a 3-second reveal, and it was like, Street Fighter 5, netcode, and then that was it, like... Man, dude, that would be the most hype thing. I think the arena would just go nuts, and they would win the reveals for all of fighting games.
I just don't even want to entertain that kind of
idea.
I
know, right?
It's definitely not. Okay, just to be clear to everybody. Like,
I know. But, I mean, honestly, I hope something. I mean...
It'll be something.
I hope it's more than just characters,
Ono said... I and team very busy getting ready for August. Lots of hard work should make SF5 fans happy. I look forward to watch awesome matches and good luck to everyone at CEO. So there had been speculation that it was going to be Street Fighter 6. I really think that that's not it. He says should make SF5 fans happy. He didn't say Street Fighter fans.
Look, I feel that if they are going to announce Street Fighter 6, they would do it at Capcom Cup. I don't think that they would, because that's kind of where they announced Street Fighter 5 a little bit and stuff like that, right?
That is probably
right.
So
I feel like if there's going to be anything like that, so I feel like EVO, they'll probably announce maybe more characters. But like I said, I hope it's something more. I hope they do something.
I mean, you have to think that they announce the character that's going to fill out the character select screen. There's got to be one character, don't you think? At least.
What if they added 2 characters?
They just stick him in the middle. Yeah. Just up in the corner.
Yeah, like they add another one and then there's just another one just hanging out.
It's just out there in front of Birdie's chain.
Look, Trevzor, I mean, I don't want them to ever announce a Darkstalkers game. I just don't want it to happen.
We've talked about this. Neither of us wants that to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Arxis. What do you think they're going to announce?
1 sec. So, I guess what I expect is for there to be more info about BB Tag stuff. Dang. No, that was a follow, my man.
Oh, but that was the Street Fighter 2 sound, so I do that for the Street Fighter 2 sound, and then Third Strike when I do the...
How come it sounded different? What was it?
Wasn't that... da-da-da-da-da-da-da?
Yeah, but what was the event? Anyway. Alright. So, for... Which one did you just ask for? Arxis.
So what's interesting is I had talked about... So Daisuke hinted that he's working on a new...
Oh, it's Grand Blue for sure.
Yeah, Grand Blue will probably
have... So definitely there's some Grand Blue info.
They had talked about... Daisuke always keeps teasing we're doing new Guilty Gear stuff. I don't want to get my hopes up, right? That there'll be a new Guilty Gear announcement there. Maybe even just a patch for Exert or something like that, but... Again, same thing for Capcom. They do have their Arc Riva World Tour coming up, the finals in October. So I feel like if there was any kind of crazy Guilty Gear news, they'd probably save it for there, right? So here, maybe it's just Grand Blue, maybe some new BB Tag. Here's the Sixth Fate kind of thing
exactly,
like that,
yeah.
Right? I'm not going to hold my breath for any Guilty Gear news.
Okay.
I don't...
You don't expect it?
I don't want to do that to myself.
Right.
Because, I mean, obviously I'm sad Guilty Gear's not even in the tournament this year and everything like that, but I totally understand.
Yeah.
And, but I talked to a lot of the Guilty Gear players that they're kind of already it's that weird wind down period. You know what I mean? So I would love to see new Guilty Gear information, but again, Daisuke says, I'm working on Guilty Gear project. Could be a pachinko machine or something like that. I don't know what. So it would be awesome, but if there is any Guilty Gear news, I would imagine it would be at the Arc Revo World Tour
That makes sense
Finals
to me,
in
too.
October. So
That makes sense. But yeah, you got to think at least Grand Blue, for sure.
BB Tag.
BB Tag, 6th Fate seems likely.
Actually, what if they announced like a new Blaze Blue? Like, here's the next Blaze Blue. But I guess BB Tag is kind of taking up that spot right now, right? So
I don't know. That game is like 10 years old. Is it longer than that now? Yeah, I think it's 11.
yeah, but I mean like new engine, like
on an excerpt kind of engine.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that
Blaze
would be...
Blue. I don't know what letter they want to choose for
right,
that one. Yeah.
Right, some nonsense. Yeah. I don't expect it. It would be great. I would be super awesome, but that seems.
Yeah.
They're already coming out with so much stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
They got so
It's
much stuff
true,
going on.
dude.
So then you got Mortal Kombat 11.
They might even show off some of the DLC characters for the Kill la Kill game.
Oh,
So they actually have some DLC characters.
Are they making that?
Yeah, they're working on that one. So, but I mean, that's more just kind of like a arena fighter. It's more like Arms and
Got
Gundam
it.
kind of thing. So
Okay. Yeah, I don't expect any new mainline BB stuff. Mortal Kombat 11. So NetherRealm Studios.
I mean, new characters, right? I expect a Nightwolf trailer, maybe.
I feel like that will have happened.
Oh, already by then?
Yeah. That's
Well,
my
then
guess.
maybe they'll show off. Who's the current rumored guest character right now?
Well, definitely it's Spawn, and definitely it's Sindel. So there's like minimum 2 more.
Right, but people have said like maybe Terminator.
Yeah, there's
There was
speculation
the
that it's
chainsaw
Terminator.
sound that Bruce Campbell's already said he's not in it,
Yeah.
right? So that makes me sad. So I'm like, who else could be a chainsaw? A Gears of War person? Actually,
Gears of War person.
right?
I don't know either.
Marcus Phoenix or something.
Is it really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's his name.
Okay.
Something like that. Marcus Phoenix. There you go. But because like they're famously for having chainsaws in that game,
Right, sure.
So maybe
Sure.
Doom Guy.
Doom Guy would be awesome. So that's what I would rather see. I'd rather see Doom Guy.
Dude, if Bruce Campbell was trolling us and it actually is him and he shows up to Evo.
Okay.
I-
Okay. Oh, in real
Oh
life.
yeah. If Bruce Campbell showed
Okay,
up at Evo,
okay.
like I would run on stage
would be
and just
amazing.
be like, "You are the god."
Yeah, that would be
basically.
amazing.
And they would have to drag me away, and then that's it. I'd be done. So.
The spirit of Marvel him.
Yeah. Spirit of Marvel. Ash, exactly.
That would be pretty great.
Swallow this. Whoa! Yeah, that's just, God, Evil Dead 2 is classic.
I have seen it. Yeah, but what I expect. So what I expect from NRS, I don't know, but my expectation is that they're going to show off Nightwolf like this week or next week or
Right.
something.
But I think it would be a good place to
So-
reveal the other guest character, right? So
I just think it's more likely that they'll show off like Spawn. So my guess is that they're just going to be like, here's Spawn. And then maybe at the end of it, they'll be like, new chainsaw noise.
yeah,
Or like,
or you
the-
see the boot.
yeah, something like that. Right, yeah,
Uh-huh.
if it's Terminator, yeah.
Well, you know what? Actually, if it was Terminator, if they made it the T-1000, you know how they should do it? They should have like the boots, right? And then you see the prison cell wall, like the jail cell, and it just keeps going. Like that
would be pretty
the sickest
sick.
reveal.
Yeah.
But the problem with T-1000 is he would be invincible, dude.
That's the thing,
Yeah, you
yeah.
can't. Like, you would fatality him, chop him in half, and he would just go.
Yeah, what would it even mean to
And he'd be
fatality
like-
him, right? Yeah. yeah. He has no parts inside, it's just metal.
I know.
Yeah. And same thing with Terminator, like Schwarzenegger Terminator, like you know,
would just
he's
be
just gonna
machine
have
parts,
machine
yeah,
parts and well,
It
so
would
like
be cool if they mapped all the machine parts and
Yeah,
found the analogous parts.
it
Yeah,
would be,
yeah, uh-huh.
but they're not gonna do that. So yeah, I think what I expect is Spawn and or Sindel, one of those two. And then, like, maybe, but I probably don't expect it, Doom Guy or whatever.
I'm actually really surprised that they would do Spawn because, I mean, doesn't that technically mean everyone gets to slaughter Spawn too? Like, would
Yes.
Todd McFarlane
You have to be
be
cool
okay?
with your...
Yeah.
Well, clearly he is, because he's in the game. They announced it already.
It's interesting.
But yeah, you that's the condition.
Right.
And Ed Boon has talked about that publicly in the past.
Oh, yeah?
How, like,
Okay,
he would
okay.
love to have all these characters in Mortal Kombat, and they've actually had, like, talks. He never mentions, like, who, but he's
Right,
always
right,
like, we've had really interesting talks to get, like, cool characters in, and people are always like, but you can't kill our character, and he's like, well, then he can't be in.
Right. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. So Spawn is already dead, so, like, if you're killing him, are you killing him? You know what I mean? It's just like...
Well, I mean, Noob Saibot's a ghost, so whatever.
Okay, fair.
Basically,
Okay,
whatever.
okay, yeah.
You know the rule about Mortal Kombat. Everybody who dies can come back to life anyway, except if your face gets eaten by bugs. And only Melina cannot come back to life.
Dude,
that's the rule.
The bugs are the permanent killers, right?
That's it.
I mean, yeah, that's just what
That's
it
it.
is.
That's the rule in Mortal Kombat.
Poor Melina, dude.
That's it. She's dead for sure, permanently. So those are our guesses for what's going to happen.
What about other companies? You expect Virtua Fighter 6?
No.
Damn. Not even room for discussion, huh?
Seems impossible.
No, it's not going to happen, dude. Because, I mean, honestly, if they made a Virtua Fighter 6, like, 4 people would be happy, and then, like, the game would sell.
I mean, there is definitely a big scene for the game, but it's not here.
What about... Oh, that's true. What about DOA, right? DOA is currently being played and stuff like that, so do you think maybe they'll announce some new characters for that?
Sure, I think that's possible. I mean, that's not an official EVO game, so it's not going to be, like, one of the things that they show off there, but it may be that they have some panel there or something.
Right. Dude, High Fight said... in the chat, High Fight says Footsies 2, question mark? Did we just get world exclusive news here on Ultra Chat TV? I mean, he made Champion Edition already, right? So, but now we have new information here from High Fight himself, hinting, teasing that we may get...
What a tease out of High Fight. Ooh,
I'm still sad I've never been able to play it because it's not on iPhone, so... Maybe Flappy Fighter will have a new announcement at EVO.
Flappy Fighter versus Footsies?
Dude. That wouldn't work.
Versus
but still,
Senior Footsies?
Dude, that would be funny, actually, if they just did that.
The ultimate crossover. Yeah, maybe there's going to be some DOA stuff because they'll have a side event, I imagine. I don't know.
Yeah,
I assume there's a side event. Sure. So maybe there'll be some side event stuff, but I feel like for most of the other companies who could be coming out with stuff, that they'll just like show it elsewhere because they won't be officially at EVO.
Lion GG says, what about that fighting game that was bought by Riot Games? So obviously, Rising Thunder is not going to do anything, but do you think maybe Riot might finally... No.
For sure not. No, if and when whatever's happening at Riot is a fighting game and it comes out, they're not going to be in EVO.
You're right.
They're not. They're going to do their own thing if that happens. Even though, obviously, the EVO guys are also working on whatever they're doing at Riot. But just knowing Riot, they're going to want to own it.
Yeah, it's going to be at an LCS or something.
They're going to have their own thing. It'll be at Riot Arena in Santa Monica, you know? I mean, it's not going to be...
New KI, I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
No.
I don't know, like, what do you think? Well, okay, here's a question for you. Do you think that there's a chance that some crazy, like, revived franchise is going to show up all of a sudden out of nowhere, like, as an announcement? Like, all of a sudden, Mace, the Dark Age returns.
Mace.
Time Killers 2.
Time Killers, wow. Well, Killer Instinct came back and it was even worse than Time Killers, so...
Wait, what's that?
Killer Instinct came back, and Killer Instinct was one was even worse than Time Killers. And Killer Instinct came back to life.
Wait, I'm so confused. Wait, Killer Instinct 1 was worse than Time Killers, you're saying? No, Time Killers was clearly worse than Killer Instinct, don't you think?
No, I think they're both terrible.
Yeah, okay.
But I do think that Time Killers at least was interesting and had its own ideas.
Air guys?
Biofreaks, what? Biofreaks would be cool.
What if we... God, there was a game that I just thought of that I thought would be amazing if it actually made a comeback. Shoot. It wasn't Bloody Roar that I was thinking of.
The only ancient game that I would like to see come back that I actually think has a cool idea that hasn't been done since then is Fighter's Destiny. Fighter's Destiny and Fighter's Destiny 2. It's the only one.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes, thank you, Life for Rent. Primal Rage.
Primal Rage has some interesting ideas, yeah.
A new Primal Rage.
But Fighter's Destiny, with its point system, I've always thought...
But that was only in game number... That was only Fighter's Destiny 2,
No,
right?
they both had it.
Fire Sesame 1 had a point system?
It did. It was the same, but it was just different characters and stuff, and rebalance and so forth. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean that's what I would want.
Okay. Single fighter. Oh my god, I don't even know if anybody knows about
I've never heard of Single Fighter.
It was someone made a fighting game for the Romance of Three Kingdoms characters that was only on PC, and it's like really pixely graphics. It's like
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we could get the fighting game with the best soundtrack in fighting game history, FX Fighter.
FX Fighter? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That would be cool. It was completely uninteresting otherwise.
Bushido Blade, that would be interesting. Waku Waku 8. Dude, if they made Criticom Part 2, oh man.
The Combat Tribes.
I want to see Critical Blow 2. That's what I want to see. Critical Blow! Critical Blow! He was really crazy.
Not a new Marvel game. That's not happening either, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Clay Fighter 3 would be pretty cool too. Except now that the title song had lyrics in it, wouldn't be as impressive as it was in the past.
That's true, yeah.
So the Super Nintendo, that the fact that they had singing in it was like,
that was so cool.
How did they do this?
Yeah,
oh
for sure.
my god. Rival Schools, look, everybody knows my opinion about Rival Schools. If they make a new Rival Schools, please let me make it and make sure that it turns out good. Because I would want to do some cool things with Rival Schools, dude. And I feel like that's a game that you could kind of mess with. Like, Darkstalkers, you can't mess with it. You gotta make it like Darkstalkers and good, right? Like, Rival Schools, I feel like you have the opportunity to try to change up the formula and do something, try to make it unique, you know what I mean? So, I would like to do something with Rival Schools, and like I said, I've always said that I would want to play with the high school team format a little bit more, to force you to stick with the same team, you know? I think that would make it kind of interesting and stuff like that, so... Man, these people are coming up with some fighting names.
You got some names in here I have not heard in many years.
Let's move on to the next 5-5 topic.
Sure.
We'll be here forever.
All right.
So.
What do we got?
So we hinted this earlier. Now you can see on topic, it is Daytona. And CEO.
Right.
Because you wanted to bring up that CEO took place in this city called Daytona.
Called Daytona Beach, Florida. It's not a great place, James. It's not a great place.
And... You know, just to address right away, it wasn't any better this year.
It wasn't. It wasn't better. It was the same. It was, you know, I mean, I talked with quite a few people who experienced racist stuff or just generally bigoted stuff.
Justin tweeted out something on Thursday.
Yeah.
He was just walking down the street and people, like, started coming at him a little bit, you know. Kind of gave him the whole, you know, go Trump, white power kind of thing to him, and implied that he was broke because he's Chinese, and I don't understand that.
Which is such a strange misunderstanding of the stereotype, right? Like,
I thought
you're too stupid to know what the stereotypes are. Like, I don't know, it's just bizarre. And then he said after doing some slur or whatever, then he was like, "Go Trump," clearly signifying that racists understand that Trump is about racism.
Yeah,
that's what Trump is.
They're a one-to-one relationship.
Yeah. Clearly, in this guy's mind, that is closely linked. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that happened. I talked with quite a few other people who had stuff happen to them. I talked with one kid there who's going to school, who's black, who was saying that he, you know, it's not that bad a place to be. You just have to have really thick skin. And I was like, does having thick skin mean that you get racist comments all the time? And he was like, well, yeah. So.
But see, that's the thing, is like, I just feel like when you're walking around there, like, it's got to be clearly that that's just how it is there. And so, you know, I don't know. It's just, it's weird. Like, there's no way you're going to change that. There's no way you're going to fix this.
It's ingrained, clearly.
I don't think Jabali can do anything about it.
It's just ingrained.
I don't think there's anything he can do about it. And for honestly, like, a lot of people are like, did he not research this when he signed with it? I mean, like, he looks pretty dang white, right? And so when he shows up there, he's not going to run into anything. And when you're not used to it, you're oblivious to it. You just don't kind of notice it.
I'm trying to keep my eyes open for it, but it doesn't happen it happens in front of white people in some situations, but when that kind of stuff tends to happen, it's not... The racists are worried about other white people and not whatever minorities
people
they
of
hate.
Color, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if you're white, you tend to see it less, which is why so many white people think that it's not real, because they just don't experience it themselves. So yeah, I mean, that's for sure. It sucks because the venue is perfect. it's just such.
It's
exactly what they want. It is this great big convention center that is roomy enough that they can still expand a little bit in it, but it's great for now already.
It's got an
and it
arena
has that arena literally in the same building. You just walk across inside the little inside area,
right,
and you're in this arena.
And
it's just the perfect size.
I feel like wrestling fans might cross a little bit with Daytona racing fans and stuff like that. So it is a good place. It's
clearly
for
good.
It. It's a great place for it. But I mean, somebody in the chat asked me if I experienced any racism or anything like that. Again, I didn't directly. I know we went to brunch on Sunday, and I was clearly the only person of color in that restaurant.
Everybody was white.
And it did feel weird, and I was wearing my pink outside shirt with my Elfelt Crazy Love t-shirt on with this anime chick with boobs hanging out, and I was just like, man, I'm not in the right place, but I should not have worn this.
Yeah.
But I mean,
there was the dude in the MAGA hat.
So let me tell this story, okay? Because
sure.
like after Sunday was over, there's a place that's open with the pizza that sells pizza and is just open for into the night.
Night, yeah.
So we go in there, right? And sitting in the middle of the table is like Princess Slim.
The middle of the restaurant.
Yeah, in the middle of the restaurant, Princess Slim, Ricky Ortiz, like Lud, a whole bunch of other people. Now, I've talked with Princess Slim on Twitter before. She was going through some stuff, and so I was like, I owe you a hug. And she was like, oh, that's awesome, right? So I saw her, and I was like, okay, I owe you a hug. So I went up, and I gave her a big hug, and then Ricky was there, so I gave Ricky a hug. I gave, like, 2 other people at the table a hug. Lud came back, and I was like, oh, Lud, I didn't know you were here. And I gave him this big hug. And after I finished hugging him, I turn and look up, and there's this dude with a MAGA. It's not even the Make America Great. It's just literally MAGA hat, and he is glaring at me.
Yeah, he's probably like 50, white guy.
Arms folded, like he was just like he was just looking at me, and I'm this dude in this pink thing with this anime crazy love stuff, and I'm just hugging everybody. Yeah. And keep in mind, when I hug dudes, it's not even like I give.
You're giving hugs out there.
I'm giving real hugs. Like
man.
Me and Yipes are like cheek to cheek. Like
you guys
we hug.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So like maybe he wanted a hug too. Maybe he was jealous.
He would have exploded.
Yeah, but like honestly, like the guy just kind of stared at me. And so keep in mind that there were a lot of FGC people in there. Clearly, there were tons of people with CEO badges and stuff. So I wasn't worried that anything was going to happen. Right. So for me, I just thought that was glorious. I enjoyed that so much. I loved it. So I liked it. So, but yeah, it's interesting.
We've talked with Jabali about this and definitely made talked to him about it. And it's not like he's unaware of it. Like he may not have realized it beforehand. I don't know, but. Obviously, he knows what's happened over the last 2 years.
And he's already signed a contract. I don't know how much longer this contract is.
I don't know what the deal is with that. But he also said that they were up 20% in terms of attendance.
I wonder if a lot of that was the wrestling, because the wrestling was way more full than it was.
My guess is that, I don't have any reason to say this other than that my own guess, is that it's that and that Smash Ultimate came out. Mm-hmm. Smash Ultimate had double the entrance of anybody else.
It's true.
So I wonder if that would have been true if Smash Ultimate was not there, because the other games were about the same as the last year. Like, there wasn't a big, jump for Street Fighter and Tekken and stuff.
So last year he was obviously aware of it, and he tried to fix it, and he worked with the city, and the city was like, okay, well, we'll take care of the panhandler stuff, right? And I think Jabali thought, okay, well, they're trying to do something. This is cool. It looks like they're doing something. What he didn't realize, I think, was that the city was using him, right? Because the only reason why they wanted to build the homeless shelter is now they can arrest homeless people. Because if the homeless people don't have anywhere to go, the city can't arrest them. So they can't really do much about them. But like they can't get them to go away because they have nowhere to go legally. But because they built the homeless shelter now they can say, go to the shelter or we'll arrest you. And so they can actually arrest them now. So they had been trying to pass that in Daytona for a long time, and they couldn't. And it kept getting defeated. But I think they used this as kind of like a jumping off point and was like, oh, and then they got it through. And unfortunately, I think Jabali thought he was doing something that was going to help, but it really wasn't the issue. I think they kind of blindsided him.
Yeah, racism is pretty hard to beat. Mm-hmm. It's not something you can beat in a year. Yeah. Like, it's not going to be beaten next time we go, if it's still in Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I mean, so Serpa says that he's from Daytona. He's experienced racism in an IHOP, and he avoids that side like the plague. The other side, closer to the airport, is way more accepting. Yeah, it's probably not the entire city.
We heard that from some other people who are in the area, like this guy who I mentioned, who I was talking with, a student who went to school around there. He said that like that area is bad, and that if you go, a little bit ways out, a little bit ways inland, I guess, that it's not so bad, or a little bit, ways to different areas, not so bad. But that's where we are.
Right.
It's there, like right in the heart of not a great situation for most, the people who go there. Thanks for the sub, Surly Bird, and for the nice message as well. That's cool.
Thank you.
I don't know. The fact that they were up 20%, maybe it's not as big a deal to some people, or not a big enough reason to not attend.
I think what it was that maybe a lot of people were like, okay, let's see if it improves.
Okay, could be.
And it might hurt next year.
Could be. Yeah.
So now because I've been seeing a lot more people being like, man, I'm just not going to go.
I've heard that too.
I'm just not going to go. So it might actually hurt. Watch out for your food, David.
Hey, buddy.
Cat is...
Are you about to cat my food?
He's definitely trying to cat your food.
Hey, you're not going to cat my food. There you go. Yeah, get out of here, cat.
Hey. Mwah.
Yeah, so there you go.
So the question is, okay, let's just say next year's the last year, right? Let's say he signed a 3-year contract, right? I mean, there's not even a question. Like, I don't even feel like that they should stay there at all. Like, once the contract's up, he's got to take off, right? But do you feel like he should try to break the contract? Because that would cost a lot of money.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's doable, but yeah, he definitely needs to get out of there as soon as is like legally and financially plausible for him to do so. That's definitely how I feel. Yeah.
It's a tough situation, dude.
No, it sucks. It's
and,
clearly a great venue
again,
for him.
I'm just the kind of person that has a lot of empathy for other people. I know Jabali's not just sitting here cackling like, you are all forced to Daytona.
Of course not.
I feel bad because he's clearly frustrated.
Yeah.
He wants to fix it.
like I said, we talked with him about it, and he definitely is frustrated about it.
He wants to fix it, but I think he's just kind of in this position. Because, I mean, look, nobody who's doing all this TOing stuff is like some sort of professional businessman, okay? Like, none of us are like these genius business people, right? So he's probably flummoxed, and like the whole thing is just like, oh my god, what have I gotten myself into? That's what I'm imagining right now, and he's just trying to figure out how to handle it right now.
I think Pugas has had an interesting take in the chat that we should stay there so that people learn what it's like. There's like an interesting...
Whoa! Interesting.
What an idea.
Huh. Interesting. I mean, there was actually an interesting article on Kotaku today about people who have played video games that have really changed their view on life and stuff like that. Like, some of them kind of have analogies to racism or invasions and stuff like that, and really kind of changes how you look at things and stuff. I mean, maybe going to Daytona all the time will make some people... No, we need to leave that place.
Yep, we do. The thing is, it's not the homeless people who are being racist to
it has nothing to do with them.
The homeless people were there, but I imagine most of the people you talk to with who experience racist stuff, it's not the homeless. It's like this dude who's buying pizza in the MAGA. The people on the beach that EE had to confront. It's like that's the people. They're tourists. They're just
guys
there
walking by and stuff like that. So yeah.
So
it's a tough situation. So I mean, for sure, CEO can't stay there. Whenever the contract is done, they need to go back. I mean, I don't think. I mean, it's not even in the Orlando area. It's an hour and a half away, drive-wise.
Daytona.
So, so if we can go back to Orlando, if there's another venue there, maybe. But I'm sure he's
done the research. Is the thing? Yeah, he's done the research. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the sub. Dang, 35 months. Wow,
it's almost 3 years now.
It sure is.
Dang, that's crazy.
He's catting things.
Cat.
All right. I don't know what else to say about this. Yeah, we all think you should get out of there, but
okay.
We'll see if that's practicable.
All right, so the next topic on the 5-5 matchup, we were talking about Evo, and then Wizard put out that tweet.
Whoa! Thanks for the sub. 31 months. Wow.
Dang, shout out to Unsung Hero. He truly is the unsung hero.
Nice work out there.
So
Okay.
he asked on Twitter, Wizard, that is, what should the final game be on Sunday for Evo?
What should the final game on Sunday at EVO 2019?
Of course, the choices are Blaze Blue,
Blaze Blue,
Tekken
Cross
7,
Tag Battle.
Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah, they already announced which 4 games will be on Sunday. That was announced earlier. So those are the 4 choices. James, what should be the final game on Sunday at EVO 2019?
So I'm kind of torn on this one because really I have 2 choices.
Okay.
I think Smash deserves to be there because it is the most entrants, and it'll probably be the most entrants by far. And like at CEO, how hype it was and everything like that. I think that would be great, right? However, you know, obviously since I've been able to do Street Fighter 5 at the end of the day, a lot of the times, you know, I feel like it's kind of an important position to be able to have a proper closeout of EVO, right? Not from the game standpoint, but just from like talking about EVO as a show, as an experience. You know, I had the whole, I quoted Z about the EVO is love, kind of things like that, right? So it doesn't have to be Street Fighter 5 and me. I think it would be great if it was Tekken. And let's say it was Markman and Rip, or Tasty Steve and Rip, or something like that. And they got to close out EVO, and they're like, man, EVO is crazy. Tekken 7, what a hype the moment, you know. EVO was about fighting. It's like, I would love to see them do that kind of thing like that. I don't know if the Smash community would be, I mean, obviously whoever's there would probably do a good job closing it out, but, you know, the Smash community, obviously there is a little bit of that disconnect, you know what I mean? And I don't know if they would treat EVO with the kind of...
I feel like you got D1 or something there and he kills it.
Yeah, probably. That's probably true.
I mean, he's been around forever. And
right.
Marvel player and all sorts of stuff,
Right.
so he's been around.
And because there's only 4 games there... Oh, but the thing is, last year, we didn't get to do the closeout.
You did not?
At all, because we were late. We were super late, so we just ended. Remember, there was no speech. We didn't even get a chance for Tokido to say fighting games are something so great, you know, for Problem X. He just didn't even have the chance. Like, there was no... Because we were so late, and the venue was like...
I was asleep.
Like, I'll tell you this right now. I told the story last year, was that after it was done... After Street Fighter was done, a couple of people ran up to the commentator's table because it was in the crowd to ask for photos and signing for me and Seth, right? Seth ducked out of there, and then I was there. Can't even have been that long. I was like there for maybe 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, guys, we probably have to go. And I looked up, and there was nobody in the arena except the people working there. Like, they shot us out of that venue with the quickness, right? So I just don't think they had time to do that. Now, there's only 4 games at EVO this year, so I don't think that's going to be as much of a problem. So if that's the case, I would like to see Tekken go last.
Okay.
My heart really would like to see Tekken go last because it's going to be hype. It's been getting the most views out of all the fighting games of the past few events. It's been amazing. I feel like the Steve, Mark, and Rip do an amazing job on commentary.
So I would imagine it's going to be Eris.
Oh, that's right.
Last year, didn't
right.
I wasn't there, but didn't Rip and Steve do the in-house mic in Tekken?
Yeah, you're right. They did. Okay, I totally forgot about that. Okay. Well, still,
anyway,
Eris would be great too,
Yeah.
right? Because Eris has been going to EVO for years, and he loves EVO. So, like, I feel like it would be awesome to have him close out as well. Dude, like, I would love to see Tekken close out EVO just from because it is like, one of the major players, and it's been doing so well. I feel like it kind of deserves that reward.
Yeah, Eris is definitely a jokester a lot of the time, but he also has this side of him that's... It can be almost poetic sometimes when he commentates, and he's like he's really having a good time, and he's just like, he can be very genuine. He really can be.
Yeah.
So I think he probably would handle that well.
Yeah. So at the same time, I would like Smash to close it because they deserve it for being the biggest game and stuff like that. I mean, again, I'm not trying to talk smack about the Smashing. I just don't know if they would hold EVO with the same kind of reverence that I would if I was closing it out with Street Fighter, that Eris or Rip or Steve or Tasty Steve or whoever, Markman, whoever, would be closing out Tekken would have that kind of reverence for it. You know what I mean? So
I really feel that if it was basically any combo of like D1 and TK or EE, that they would really do it well, because those guys have been playing other fighting games forever, and they've been around for a long time. Yeah. So I just think it should be Smash because and not for a complicated reason, just because it's going to be the most entered. It's probably going to be the most watched, and that's it. The most it should have the highest, the sort of highlight of the show position, which I think is the last. In the past, so last year when Street Fighter V went way too late, right? That's unusual. Typically, it's not like that, and so people can watch it and stay up to watch. So with the scheduling that they're going to do, I do think that would be fine. That could still be the highlight, and even if it started at 7 or 8 or whatever, like, it would be fine.
Right, yeah.
So I think that would be really good. I mean, there are maybe practical reasons for it. Like, it tends to run a little bit longer, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. If it was the last game, it wouldn't throw off the schedule.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
But like I said, that's not the reason for me. It's that it's the biggest, and it should be treated as if it's the biggest.
I mean, look, Hanzo says in the chat that it's weird that people care about it so much, but it means a lot to people. Like, they're just like, we are the final, we close.
I think it's understandable. Why not? Yeah, it's true that the last game never had the most viewers, but the people who are there think of that as the highlight. So I think that's how it should go. I just think it should basically go in the order of entrance. That's what I prefer. Like what CEO did, like what Combo Breaker did. That's what I think it should be like. Because that way you cater to the people who are there, like the audience.
Right.
Yeah. So, and if SF5 is earlier, if Tekken is earlier, whatever. I mean,
Street Fighter V has been earlier at every event,
and it's been fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been fun.
Maybe because Marvel players. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Look, if you've never viewed the final game as being your game because it's always been Street Fighter, then but that does matter for a lot of people.
Yeah, order of entrance, obviously, of the games that have been announced for Sunday already, right? So,
like in an ideal world, it should just be the order. But I know it's not because they already announced the 4. So, yeah. So if that's true, that it should be Smash Ultimate, then whatever ends up happening between Tekken or Street Fighter, because they've been going back and forth, and then definitely BB Tag will be first, I guess.
Yeah, BB Tag is going to be first for sure. Yeah. So, oh man, okay. Yeah, but
did Marvel? Marvel may have been the last. Was Marvel the very last, like years ago? I think it was.
Yeah, MVC2 was last a bunch of times. Yeah. That's why they always had the problem. Going last, I'm just going to say this right now, is not the best place to be. It's never always been the best place to be.
I don't know.
Because I feel like you get a few less viewers, and then back in the old days when venues used to really kick us out, Marvel was like, oh, we're best of one. Third Strike is best of one. Have fun,
But, nowadays, and assuming good scheduling, I think that having the final spot is the headliner.
Yeah. But, I'm just curious how the Saturday and the Friday games go. Are they going to do 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday? Are they going to do 1 on Friday, 3 on Saturday?
Depends on how many entrants, I guess, right?
Because if they do 2 on Friday, they have to finish 2 games really fast.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 1 and 3.
Yeah, it'll probably be 1 and 3. So I hope Mortal Kombat gets a really awesome showing on Saturday and stuff. I wonder if there's a way they can make it so that maybe there's one game at the end of Saturday that maybe a bunch of the side streams shut down to kind of focus more on the one stream,
that would be cool.
Or something
we'll
like
see.
that.
I don't know if that's doable.
Because I think that would be cool. So.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. And again, I don't think it's going to run that late this time because there's only 4 games.
It's not going to be that bad. Yeah.
So I don't think, even if Tekken is last, I don't think it's going to kill your sleep as badly as Street Fighter did last year. Let's just put it that way. Even if you are on Eastern Standard Time.
How late did it go for you in Pacific Time?
I don't even remember.
Was it like midnight-ish? Or?
It was close to that. I think we got out of there like 11:30 or something like that.
Yeah. So it's not going to be that late. So
Yeah.
Shouldn't be that late anyway. I guess we'll see what happens, but it shouldn't be that late. All right.
Okay.
It should just be what the people want, which is Smash.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
And then we have one more 5-5 matchup topic, which is Whoppa! Street Fighter League Season 2. A lot of people are going in there. Who do you want to see in Street Fighter League Season 2?
I don't know.
You came up with this topic, didn't you?
No, you did.
What? Did I?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I just want people to take it more seriously, I think is my only thrust about this. Earlier this year, when they started Street Fighter League, people just didn't take it seriously. And
well, nobody knew, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it just
that's
wasn't
the thing.
publicized
Yeah,
well. There wasn't... Now, it's better publicized, of course, and I really hope that people who may have a chance at all should get in there and really try to campaign.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would really like Smug in there.
Smug would be great.
For very obvious reasons.
He's hilarious
right?
and great.
I would love Smug in there. I would love to see Mahreen in there.
Mahreen
because
would be
I think
great.
she would be great for representation.
Definitely. She's a very strong player.
She's very good.
Has
she
a good
took out
stream.
Dogura, right?
Yep.
And then this is who I just really want to see him in there because I just want to see him in there. My James Shin bias pick would be Mike Too Strong.
Okay.
I really, really want Mike
I'm
Too
down
Strong
for that.
because if he can get some
I'm
Zangief
down
reads
for
in
that.
there, and with Zangief,
Yeah.
like if he can just start blowing people up, and not only that, but he represents the Midwest,
Right.
too. So I think more Midwest representation.
Mahreen.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Mahreen is from there too. But I would love to have Mike in there.
That would be awesome,
I want
dude.
Mike in there really badly. But again, I have to be unbiased. People are going to be like, James, can you retweet my thing? And I'm just going to have to tell everybody no.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way that I dealt with that for like the MK Summit was that I retweeted everything.
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
I don't think that was that great.
Yeah. I mean, look, they could ban Geef, but what if he's on the team with, like, Idom?
Why would you ban Geef?
Right, exactly. You have a
In
Monop
what
player.
5 matchups do you... Yeah, I mean, come on.
It's like, it's fine. So,
Yeah.
But the thing is, yeah, look, I would love Mojo. I even said that. So, who was it? It was Nasser who put out a tweet.
Yeah.
It was like, who would you like to see in
Yeah.
there? And he listed a bunch of people, and the one that I added to his list, I was like, Mojo. I
Yes.
want more Midwest. You don't have...
Sure.
You only have like one or
He's
two
great.
Midwest guys there, so let's get Mojo in
Good
there
player.
too. So Mojo was one of the ones that I talked
Yeah.
about for sure.
No, there's a lot of players from all over who just didn't know about it, didn't take it seriously enough. Mm-hmm. We're busy on one of the weekends. There was another major tournament going on for the voting rights. It just wasn't practical.
Exactly.
But now you know.
I mean, also some of these guys might not be able to travel 11 weeks in a row, right?
That's true. Yeah, you have to make sure that you have enough free time to actually be able to travel to Southern California
11
every
times.
single week.
I know, man.
It's tough.
You know, you have to build up those miles and stuff. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that is a positive, of course, because once you build up enough miles, and this happened to us over the weekend,
Yeah.
sometimes you get upgrades into fancier spots. You might get
I think
first
they were
place.
making up for the fact that our flights got bodied a bunch of times. So, but we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, if the new captains, if the 4 new captains would be 801 Strider, Smug, Dual Kevin, and CJ Truth, based off of their current standing, is what they said that they wanted to do. Obviously, Punk is already there, you know, so those would be the 4 that would be going in there. So that would be awesome if those 4 just got in there automatically, because CJ Truth would be awesome on there too, right? Dual Kevin, I would love to see to get back there, you know, so it'd be kind of exciting. So.
No, of course they don't really.
Yeah, of course, Megadon. We're just being...
I'm
we're
messing
trolling.
around, but yeah.
We're trolling.
No, it wasn't the weekend, but it was not also 11 times. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else here?
That's the end for me for 5-5 topics.
Oh man, it would be cool if Mono gets in there.
Mono, is he allowed?
Yeah, why not? He's American.
I guess that's true. Yeah, that's true. But
Well, I guess he's U.S.
yes, he is U.S. for sure. Mono would be super cool to see there. Yeah. And I hope Rip goes back. I thought he was fantastic as a host.
He did great as a host.
Yeah,
That was really
I told
cool.
him that. I was like, dude,
yeah, me
you
too.
are killing it as a host.
Yeah.
And he was like, I really enjoyed it.
You
He
could
was
tell,
like,
yeah.
he was like, I was surprised like how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I think you're kind of like you're almost kind of like, obviously his commentary is amazing too,
Yeah.
but like as a host, he's obviously
He's
very
great
good
at
and
it,
he's
yeah.
kind of made for that. So
I agree.
Because the way that he even had the banter with a lot of the other guys was really good. Like how he was trolling Justin about the tier lists and everything
Very
like that.
cool.
I thought he was really great.
I highly agree with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-oh, it's cat action. All right, you good?
Yeah.
Dang, Dagger G. Talk about an ancient name.
Wow. Last time I remember, he beat somebody at NCR like 2011 or something like that. So.
Yeah, I remember the last time I probably heard about that guy was in early SF4 because he was playing Guile when people were like, Guile sucks. Why are you doing? And that was instantly wrong when Super came out. So.
We're not sure. I think they said that the new captains will be based off of CPT points, like they did last year.
That's what I thought.
That's what it's gonna do. Yeah. So there you go, Gilly for Street Fighter League.
Hanzo, you were definitely 12 at the time. Like, what are you?
Oh man.
All right. Yeah, he played Guile. Talking about Dagger G. He played Remy in Third Strike. He was the guy who had told you to...
We should get Sanchez on Street Fighter League.
Now, find a new
Perfect timing.
Amazing, dude.
Perfect
Amazing. Now I have to do the Alex pose just for them.
Dagger G was such a legend. He would punish things with Kara flash kick.
Yeah, that's right.
That's ridiculous. Come on.
Terrence might have enough points? I don't think so. The people that were listing, I think the other ones had higher points.
Terrence would be a great player, though, to be on there, for sure.
Hi-Fi did say that Japan is doing another Street Fighter League, that they're getting qualifiers in the arcades over there because the game is out in the arcade now. So there you go.
All right.
Terrence is right behind CJ Truth. There you go. So, dude, there's a lot of people who would be great on that show. There's a lot of people who... And you know what? The people who are on there can come back. So obviously, Samurai can just be like, dude, how can you not put me back? Right? And like that would be his whole campaign strategy right there.
It would be good. That would be great.
So, okay. Anyways.
Let's talk about
FGC News.
FGC News. There's not a lot of it, other than the stuff that we've already discussed. We've discussed a lot of it. The Reddit /StreetFighter is sponsoring BornFree, Mahreen, and JesterPower, so you can support them by going to their Matcherino.
Has it been guaranteed, or are they still trying to get the funding through the Matcherino and sales to fly all of them out? Because I know that they're numbered and...
yeah, it says 3 of them.
Okay,
BornFree,
cool.
I mean, on their own Matcherino it says this. So,
okay. Nice. Good job, then. Congratulations
the
to all 3 of them.
The sponsorship will be covering
awesome.
registration, travel, and lodging for EVO 2019. And again, it's BornFree, JesterPower, and Mahreen. So head over to their Matcherino because they have stuff that they're selling, including the BornFree t-shirt, which I think is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a nice one. It's a nice one, yeah.
I like it. So, yeah, give them a little support if you can. That's a very nice thing that they have done. They've already raised $880.
Cool.
They're going to want more than that.
Yeah, definitely support them. It's Reddit Street Fighter. They're always doing really, really cool things.
Yeah, good community stuff.
Joe Monday, shout-outs to him for doing a lot of stuff. And for his ESPN radio show. No, I'm just kidding. Every time I hear Joe Monday, it just sounds like...
And then the other bit of news is that Infectious was picked up by Cygames Beast.
That I didn't hear about that, but I saw it on the notes, and I was like, what? So,
It's just weird timing, maybe. They announced it before CEO, and then he didn't attend CEO.
Right, yeah.
I don't understand why that happened. Like, why you should probably have waited until after CEO and be like, he'll be at EVO, or whatever.
But what a cool pick, though. What a cool pick.
Great
I'm
player.
happy for
Great
Infectious, dude. I'm so bad. But who's he maining right now? He stopped Zangief, right?
I'm not sure. I haven't watched him play in a little while.
Okay,
I think he is playing some good character, like Nikali or something.
Okay. That sounded almost like a sarcastic thing, but he is a good player. So
No, I'm being serious.
And he is a good character. I'm sorry. Yeah. But yeah, it'd be really cool. I mean, this is why, like, even when sponsors started happening, a lot.
Zeku.
That's right. He was Zeku. That's right. A lot of people have actually said like that they weren't happy with sponsors because it gave them advantages and stuff like that. But I just like it because that means we get to see them fly out more. Because I come from the age where on AGSF2 it was like, but John Choi is better than Alex Valle, and like there was no way we could find out.
Yeah, I know.
Right? And then like, dude in Ohio, dude, you don't know about this guy who's hanging out in our place, you know? Yeah. Oh no, clearly this guy's. Now we know.
It's totally different.
We know now.
There was so little cross pollination. Remember, I was telling this story on Twitter. Okay, this is like sort of related. So I was living in DC at the time.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I was at some local or something, and I overheard somebody talking about how not all fighting game players are big nerds. Some of us are really cool. Some of us are like doing well with ladies and stuff. For example, there was Ken I, who Rockefeller used to call Sex Taro on the FFA Ranbats, and he sounds like a really cool dude who gets a lot of ladies.
Who gets all the girls all the time.
Yeah, which is hilarious. That's very funny.
Right.
There was so little movement between the coasts that nobody knew what anybody else was like. Like you just had no idea. You didn't know whether they were good players on the one hand. Mm-hmm. You didn't know whether they were cool people. You didn't know what they looked like. You had no idea what they were like at all.
Exactly.
It was all just legend.
They probably pictured Ken I just to be just like this big brawl. Like
because he was never. The FFA Ranbats were game footage only.
Yeah.
So you never saw Rock or anybody. You just heard about them. When that happened, I was just cracking up, and I just happened to be on the other coast,
right,
at the time. But that was very rare, very rare.
Yeah, Ken I is very...
The punchline is, you probably don't know Ken I.
Yeah.
So the punchline is that it's Ken I. That's the joke.
Yep. Oh man. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So I'm glad to see all these people getting picked up and getting sponsored and stuff. So, yay. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
When I was thinking about... I just randomly had that thought one day about that old story. And so I went online and I was like, oh, let's look up an old FFA Ranbat. So I just YouTubed it. I was like, FFA Ranbat. And one of them came up. And it happened to be one where all of a sudden I talked.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay.
Because I was, whenever I was home, I would go to them.
Yeah.
And sometimes I would just be hanging out. Here's the setup, right? So the players are right here playing, and they're head to head. So Rock is just sitting right next to a player, just like this, and he's got the mic right here, and he's like just staring at the player, talking about
making jokes,
like to their face right here, and other people are just crowding around. There's no big screen. There's just you just look at the cab. So I was also crowding around the cab, and sometimes he would be like, "Hey, other guy, like, what do you think about this situation?" And a couple times it was me. It was weird, like hearing my voice randomly, like that got to me in a way that, like, I hear my voice all the time now.
Right.
Back then, that was so rare. It was cool.
Right. And I mean, back then, you were probably talking about like farts and stuff like that, and you've grown out of that completely, right? Like, you wouldn't do that. Like, back then, like, if a player was named Fart Boner, you would be laughing so bad. But nowadays, obviously, you're an older gentleman, so, it's...
Here's what I said. He was like, Rock turns to me, and he's like, oh, man, what did he say? I don't remember what Rock said, but what I said was that, yeah, Ken I probably has a pretty big penis. That's my voice I heard all of a sudden, like 12 years later.
I'm sorry I asked.
That's it.
Oh my god.
Man, I wonder if it was that episode that the guy in DC saw. And
yeah,
was like,
I know.
Wow, this guy, he sounds so cool.
Right.
They're calling him Sex Taro, and he's gonna go make out with models afterward, and this guy David just said that about him.
Oh, dear Lord. All right, okay. Anyway. Before we go, definitely want to just ask everybody if they thought that the sound was all right. We're doing the microphone thing now. We have the air conditioner on and all that stuff like that. Again, definitely try to support us on our Patreon. Check out all of our YouTube content. We've been putting up a lot of good content these days, so we're trying to do a lot of stuff, so...
I came out with a new vlog from Evo Japan that got real dumb and silly. So check it out.
I haven't seen it yet.
I maybe went overboard on the editing, but
I don't think it would be your vlog if you didn't start going overboard on that. I'm still wondering about the other one that kept flashing the images of Baraka. Like
because that was on my mind all weekend.
I know. Oh man, yeah. James is you. Winner is you. Pro wrestling, dude. It's the greatest game. A winner is you.
Oh man, yeah, that's right.
That's where that came from.
I haven't thought about that in forever.
Yeah, that's where every time, yeah.
Well,
Because me and my brother used to, we didn't even quote a winner is you, but it was just funny because you would stand there and you would go like that all of a sudden. And so every time me and my brother did something successfully, we would go, we would sing the song. And it was just like
That's
one
cool.
of those things. Like we always associated an emotion with something else. So like Ice Climber, if you played Ice Climber and you got to the top and you didn't get to the pterodactyl flying around,
Okay.
if you fell, like if you got it, you would go, boom, and you would jump with the flag. But if you lost, you would be crying and you would go, like that. And so every time me and my brother pretend we're crying, we make that weird ice climber noise. It was like
that's very cute.
like that. Yeah, every emotion we had was associated with like some video game or
That's
something.
pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. Oh man.
Oh yes, happy 4th of July, very coming soon. That is in 2 days.
By the way, shout outs to SGDQ for their new $3 million record, dude. It's the first time they broke $3 million. They have thus far raised over $20 million for charity lifetime, dude. That is amazing. Shout outs to the GDQ staff.
Absolutely.
Shout outs to the GDQ staff. So,
Jeez, that's remarkable.
yeah.
I watched a bunch of it over the last couple of days. In fact, I downloaded a YouTube video of the whole Majora's Mask 100% run, and that's what I watched while we were flying back.
That's so crazy.
on the whole
dude.
airplane ride.
How fascinating was it, dude?
It was awesome. It was so cool.
man.
So cool.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So yeah, shout outs to that. That was really cool. I'm going to be going to Vienna for Viennality this coming weekend. So
You're gonna be a Wiener this weekend?
I will be a Vienna. Yeah, that's right. So if you are also
A Wiener is you.
if you're gonna be a wiener as well, then hit me up. Say what's up. Yeah, I'm really excited because my wife is coming, and we're gonna be doing tourist stuff.
Oh, cool!
As well,
Nice.
super cool.
And I'm sure she's excited to go watch the top 8.
That's
for
why
MK.
she's coming.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Okay. Oh man! Hey, shout out to Hotashi! Congratulations to his second place finish.
Dang, yeah,
Yeah. What's he doing here?
I know.
Like, top players don't watch our show, right? I just called everyone in the chat a scrub. I'm sorry. I take that back.
Yeah, that's right.
I
So yeah, I'm really excited for that. And then after that, I have a busy 3 weeks of nothing until Evo.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. She definitely knows nothing about. In fact, here's her opinion on fighting games.
They all look the same.
They all look the same. Mortal Kombat looks like BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, looks like Street Fighter V, and so on. Soul Calibur looks the same.
This is why I say...
They're the same
This
game.
is why I say...
She's certain about that.
This is why I say controller accessibility stuff is a myth. Because that's not going to change... Like, people who don't play fighting games are not going to get into it because you made it easier to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just not happening. So,
That is definitely what she said. Yeah, she can't tell. She cannot tell.
man.
She can tell. The only game so far that looks different to her is Samurai Showdown.
Because it looks slower, right?
She was like, why does that game look so slow?
Because that's what it's supposed to be.
She was wondering.
That's what it's supposed to be. That's why it's so great. God. Game is so good.
She has been to Evo, she's been to Vegas a couple of times right before I go to Evo, basically. So, we'll have, a Vegas day or 2 days, and then I'll stay and she'll go home.
Yeah.
We've
I
done
hope
that
she
a
thought
couple
Dragon Ball looked different, right? Because you were playing that a lot, right?
Oh, yeah, that was always on in the old household, for sure.
Oh my god. Sorry. Okay.
All right, well,
Anything else?
that's probably about it. No,
We done?
I think so. All right.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in and watching. Check out all the links that are at the bottom corner over there for all the cool stuff. And shout outs one last time to Vexani at VEX.
What happened? Did you just de-bird it? What happened here?
That was weird.
Well, yeah, you gotta rebird it now.
Start again?
Yeah, rebird it.
Wait, hang on a second. Let me see. Huh. I have no idea. I must have just accidentally stopped it.
I guess.
Okay. But shout outs to Vixani for this awesome photo. Definitely support her. She has amazing photos on fighting game stuff. So follow her on Twitter.
Looks so cool. What a cool picture.
It's amazing.
And
It's amazing.
Scar's like smiling at him. It's so
It's
cool.
so amazing.
Yeah.